Welcome back to D20 Theater, where we've been talking about sand. Greg, tell us a little bit about sand.
I don't like it. It's coarse, rough, irritating.
All right, and it gets everywhere. All right, so on that note, back to the water. The frigid water below laps again against the ship, and you now have an unconscious orc lying in front of you.
Yeah, I think we'll drag her back to the ship.
All right.
I would like to remove all of her weapons from her.
Fair.
Well, and let's just go ahead and do a search and just see if she's carrying anything. Well, take the cloak also.
Right. You take the cloak off. It definitely hums with magical energy.
Yeah, I'm thinking when we touched her, we were like, whoa! So we'll take that.
So the cloak hums with magical energy. You can see that she's just wielding regular short swords. They're not even fancy.
Oh, come on.
She has a black bow that looks to be carved from some of the old dead trees from Karasharuk. The ash trees, they call them. Mm-hmm. She has 2 quivers of arrows, one of them much more depleted than the other.
I would like to take all the vials of poison on her.
She has a single vial of poison left.
Sweet.
And it is wyvern poison.
Sweet.
Um,
Use that to my advantage.
Yeah. So, yeah, she has all of those, and you find that on her belt, just sort of it looks very quickly and hastily attached, is a small scroll case that has another coded message inside of it.
While they're doing that, I'm going to be casting Comprehend Languages as a ritual.
Okay.
So I can at least read these orcs.
Yeah, and you can read it, and it's gibberish in orc.
Right. Yeah. So I will attempt to begin deciphering that.
All right.
However I may do that.
All right. We'll get to that then.
Yes.
That's definitely going to take like hours of work.
I got time.
Yeah.
I would like to entangle her, so kelp will come up from the water and just begin to wrap around her.
Okay.
Over and over and over again. As we row back to the giant ship.
All right, and you get her back to your ship and pull her up.
Are all of our crewmen dead?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Except for one that Anvil's awoken, who is just unconscious.
Oh, that's good.
And that is the captain.
Hey, okay.
Convenient.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. And she says, I see you brought back the assassin.
We did.
Well then.
Painstakingly.
While we may have lost the information that Sora was carrying, at least we've got another prize.
I don't think we lost that information. I'm going to hand her the scroll that she had.
She says, yes, this information will be useful as well, I'm sure. But I guarantee that he knew much more than he had written down on his person. He was a high-ranking official of the Orcs. A coward though he might have been, he was a tactical genius. The Orcs thought highly of him.
I guess not that much of a genius. Am I right?
She says, this is no laughing matter.
Sorry.
He was behind the fall of Chetstow. And clearly of Oglesby. We've lost many friends to Sora Akar.
I'm going to go over and I kick him.
And then I kick him, sir.
And I kick him, sir. I would like to wake up this assassin that's entangled with a kill.
Alright. She's sort of, how are you waking her up?
Where's Harvey? I'm kidding. I say, hello?
That's it?
She's still asleep.
Slap her. Good evening.
As you all come into focus in her field of vision, she looks around, she says, you're a lot more impressive than those grunts that you sail with. And Anvil comes up and kicks her, or Eneral comes up and kicks her right in the gut. And she goes,
well, let's obviously not hit this gentle lady, because apparently she likes pain.
The blood of 2 crews is on your hands.
more than that, I'd warrant.
Who do you work for?
I work for Zonag Akar.
That was a stupid question.
I agree.
Did you fight them well?
That was prevalent.
There were signs of several being shot with your arrows, and then signs of another that fought off several in melee. Was that you as well?
That was.
You're very skilled.
I am. We had heard that Sora had been captured. We knew we couldn't let him fall into enemy hands. My mission was to retrieve him. This ship, and she gestures to the other one, served as good bait.
I suppose it did.
How'd you get from place to place so fast?
My cloak.
Oh, she just straight up told us. All right.
What about it?
Well, I'm sure you have it now, since I'm not wearing it.
We do.
You'll figure it out eventually.
I'm so excited.
I'm sure that you have quite a bit to tell us.
I'm sure I don't.
We'll see.
I'm absorbed in this. These notes.
Read that later. We have information to glean from the living now.
Well, I'll gather the scroll cases.
The good knight Kaladin showed us a way that we might be able to gather information even from the most resilient of minds, if you recall.
Right, if we are going to do this, better quickly.
How long does it take to prepare spells?
You have to do it when you get up in the morning.
Okay.
Thank you, Cthulhu,
It's
for
at
the
least long
100
rest.
bits, by the way.
Oh, hey!
What does
thank
that
you.
mean?
It's like a tip.
Oh, cool.
Thanks.
Neat.
So I'm going to stand, just kind of like kneel next to her head and say, "You should know, I am Thaddeus Pult of the Silences of Thrimakath. I'm skilled in the ways of battle and of healing. And I am also a former torturer of the Cult of the Rocky Path. You can speak to us now, or after a lot of pain. You
I
get a
grew
death
up
at
in
the end of the way.
Karasharuk. Your pain means nothing.
We'll see.
I would love to walk up to her as that is going on. And as soon as she says, I grew up in Karasharuk, right? I go, well, I grew up in the forest, so it's about this for pain. I'm going to use Druidcraft
Okay.
on the kelp, and I want the kelp to start going down her throat.
She starts choking on it.
And then I'm going to pull it back. And then I'm going to pull it back and I say,
Chewing on it.
I could just make you suffocate.
Suffering is the way of the orc. We suffer at the hands of your people daily. Soon, that will be no more.
I don't think so. So, would you like a slow death or a fast one?
Take your pick.
You know what we should do? It'll make you rot in prison. That way you just die slowly of aging.
Fine.
Can we not crack her?
You
We're
haven't
not
tried very hard.
Be
I'm
my
gonna,
guest.
I'm gonna detect thoughts.
Alright.
So I'll get surface thoughts. I'm gonna try to shut her out as best I can.
Oh, I am thinking about how this is wrong.
I'm
Sure.
thinking
Not-
about how I
I'm
could
looking for.
possibly injure this orc enough
Yeah.
to talk.
You just are not a creative
I'm
thinker.
just like,
It's like
what
we
if
could
I-
we could punch her
If
in the
I
head.
made plant growth in her stomach, I made her eat a seed.
You hear in her mind, Ove, banner to a car, assassin, bloodsworn, servant to the field chief. Ove, a servant of a car, bloodsworn, assassin, servant to the field chief.
Alrighty then.
Ove, over and over.
Well,
I'm gonna leave.
She is mentally restrained as well. Though we have her name, she's Althea.
That's correct. Ove a car. Perhaps you've heard of me.
Not once. I imagine that he's.
You wouldn't have
Oh,
yet.
okay. Not yet.
And there may be a reason for why we have not heard of you, as well as there would be for why we have.
Why did you attack in the first place?
I told you. My goal was to get Sora out, or failing that, kill him.
Where did you need Sora?
He had information we didn't want you to have.
What information?
And I will probe
Sorts.
deeper.
All right, and she needs to do something.
Yes,
All right?
she needs to.
Int save?
Wow, I need to see the book. Okay.
Is that one of those ones
I
that
get
just
it right.
doesn't
Yeah,
say it all?
Yeah.
He gonna read the thoughts. Yeah. Hey, Matt
Maybe.
Bird streams. Oh yeah, we do this every Wednesday in person. We stream this sucker live.
If you probe deeper into the target's mind, it needs to make a wisdom save, and if it fails, you gain insight into its reasoning, if any, its emotional state, and something that looms large in your mind, or in its mind.
Yeah,
If
as
it
of right now.
fails.
Yeah.
If it fails.
Um,
If it succeeds, the spell ends.
I'm gonna go ahead and have it roll a 12.
Okay.
Which is
Her.
insufficient.
Alright. So her reasoning, what was it again? Her reasoning, her emotional state, and something that looms large in her mind.
That last one seems important,
Right.
considering we're just talking about the info.
He just asked her,
That's true.
"What are you hiding?"
So the reasoning is pretty much what she said.
Yeah.
She is, it seems currently her primary reasoning is think of things so that this wizard that I'm looking at can't get in my mind. And so she's thinking about all these other things. Then her emotional
wizard.
state is pretty calm. It's
Mm-hmm.
pretty fairly calm. Something that looms large in her mind currently, it seems as though she is thinking about some sort of plans. You're not clear on what the plans are about, but you know that they involve the hill tribes.
Hill tribes, huh? Okay.
And I will communicate that. Thank you for your offering. I'm sure we will talk again soon.
Wizards.
Orcs.
Oh, you are bonding now. Is that what's happening?
Even an old can make sense every now and again.
I would love to... Sorry, that's me thinking out loud.
He does that by going go blah blah blah.
There's a lot of that going on.
Yeah. If you detect thoughts on Sam, that's what you get.
Oh, you can like hear me under the deck too.
I'm so not trying to listen.
That's good.
What?
I'm petting my doggo. He's a good boy.
Excuse me, Master at Torture, would you like to begin?
I reach into my set of tools and produce the same fingernail removing device that I used on the,
Ooh!
I'll leave you to this one. I have reading
Roll
to do.
me an intelligence intimidation check.
I would like to stay there and watch.
Alright.
Because I think I have an idea. I'm going
We
to
do have
heal it,
proficiency in
and we're going
the
to do it
tools.
over and over and
Yep.
over again.
Would the tools be an intelligence check
Yeah.
to use them?
Yeah. So intelligence that.
that first one was not good.
Oh,
I'm going to give you
wrong
guidance.
kit.
Oh, it's better. 7, 8, 11.
You pry back one of her fingernails entirely, and she just stares calmly. Doesn't make a sound.
Son of a nutcracker. Are you
Could I-
serious?
Could I have that? I gesture at the vial of wyvern poison.
Ooh.
I won't need it
Could
all.
use that.
I don't know, mate. It's the
won't.
only poison I have.
I won't need it all.
Use it very sparingly, please.
Using another tool, I'm just going to be again taking just a drop
Alright.
and just onto the exposed.
Roll me that check again.
God! Oh! God! I just feel it. I feel it. Oh.
You ever had your fingernails taken off?
I've crushed one.
Well, if you feel it, that's going to be 7d6.
No! No!
Okay. 14 plus 4, 18.
Okay. You see her go.
Alright. I'm going to take the next fingernail off.
God damn.
I have had mine taken off before.
Okay,
It's
I
not
don't
really
care.
fun.
I don't
It's not
deal.
really
I don't
pleasant.
deal very well with
She didn't
fingernail
care about that.
stuff.
Let's try the poison.
Alright.
Eventually I'm going to run out of fingernails. I'll have to think of something else. This is 11. She didn't care.
She's already gotten used to the pain from the other. She's closed her eyes now, and she's just sitting there.
I'm going to reach over, grasp the next fingernail, and then let it go. And then reach over to a different one and grasp it, and then let it go. And repeat that process for about a minute. Since she's not looking at me. Then, just to psychologically mess with her just a little bit.
Roll me just an intimidation check for that one.
Okay. Mm-hmm. 25.
Alright, there she goes. Just pick one!
You have the power to speed this up anytime you like. Alright, next one it is. That one. I just pick one. And, man, she's tough. 16.
Alright, as you pull on that one, you pick it. And she goes,
Dude, oh.
Anytime. Take another drop of the poison.
Ah!
My word.
Yeah, she didn't care about that one at all.
yeah, she's just gritting her teeth and taking it.
What are we up to? 4 now?
I think so.
So this will be number 5. So this will be a thumbnail. That'll be fun. Yeah, thumbnail hurts.
Now you realize that
21.
bow for a minute.
Alright, as you pull it off, she goes, Wait!
No.
What is it you want to know?
You kill for a car. You must have knowledge of your target. He must give you some sort of information. We want everything you have.
On
The code. The codes for that cipher, for one thing.
That would speed things along.
I don't have the codes.
Naturally.
So you're useless, really?
What do you have for us?
I don't know what it is you want.
I want to know about orc movements in the area. I want to know about tactics. I want to know about weaponry. I want
Also
to know
the
about-
Hill Clan.
And the Hill Clan, yes.
The hill tribes are calling a meeting.
Hill tribes of what? More orcs?
No. The tribes of the Breogan Hills. The Yarbir.
Do I know that?
Oh, you might. Roll a history check.
I know. Is that an orcish word?
Oh,
it's not.
crits!
Okay.
You do know it's an old speech word.
Okay, I
crit,
know Old
so
Speech.
21.
Alright.
I do too.
Yarbir is a tribe name, basically.
Oh.
Yeah.
Or a people group.
Yeah. Old
particular
speech is
tribe.
a pretty
They're
understood
common,
language.
Yeah.
21.
Okay. The Yarbir were part of the Breogan clan war. You actually recognize this from reading that book a little bit. They were the Breogan clan war. The clans of the Breogan Hills went to war against one another, and that war, caused a lot of damage to some of the more civilized Outlander kingdoms in the area.
So these are humans. They're just
Right.
savage.
Right, and they basically are a large group of less civilized people. Organized into several tribes.
Celts.
Sort of, yeah. Celts or Picts.
Yeah. Do you guys think we need anything else from her?
And then, I would like to know about if she knows anything about their tactics. She knows how their troops work, and so I assume that they're drilled on their weaknesses so they can watch out for those.
The orcs are?
Mm-hmm. The things that would best counter them. So they're like, watch out if you see this. You have to make sure that you deal with that first. Is it pretty much if there's a wizard, kill the wizard?
Basically, she does not know much about them.
Oh, because she's a lone operative.
Yeah, she's not there to fight in the field against these guys.
True.
What she does say is she says, I was supposed to go there next. Rendezvous with Zemek, one of our commanders. A spy commander. He had my next target.
I would love to create.
And what was her name again? Sorry.
Her name was
Ulthe.
Ulthe. Ulthe.
I would love to
I got it.
wrap my thorn whip around her neck.
Okay.
We finished.
No.
Unwrap it.
You take your orders from this Zimik?
Right.
You've never actually spoken to Akar himself.
I've spoken to Zonak.
What can you tell me about him?
He's a warrior he wouldn't last a minute against.
Maybe not.
Who taught you to fight?
I've fought with many people. In Karasharuk, we learn to fight from a young age. We have to survive.
Also, no menace, correct?
Right.
Why would
We
they
don't
do that?
need those in Karasharuk.
Because you're barbaric.
She just smiles, and she
Okay,
says,
yes.
Most recently, I've been working with my partner.
Who?
My life partner, the Hellhawk.
I knew it! I knew it! Which, by the way, is my orc character in this same campaign.
Right.
I knew it. It's, like the cloak, she had the cloak, she was really good at assassinations. I was like, yeah. So I'm not going to meta this.
For a final question, then, would you prefer to remain in our custody to answer our questions, or be granted a swift death?
Whichever you prefer. We'll all be granted a swift death in... How long was I out?
How long was she out?
5 minutes.
Minutes, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
About 5 minutes.
5
and then y'all been talking to her for about another 5.
Uh-huh.
Any minute now.
And I'm gonna knock her unconscious again.
Alright.
And we'll deal with her later. Above decks, and I'm gonna head up and see what she's talking about.
Alright.
Oh, I assumed we were above deck. I didn't know we were
No,
above
I kind of
I assume we
Oh,
were
okay.
too, yeah.
In that case, we'll look around.
deck. Yeah.
Alright, so you start looking around. Everybody roll a perception check.
Oh, yeah.
I kind
So
of don't want to
bad
keep her
this.
alive.
17 for me.
Alright, you want to kill her instead of rolling a perception check?
I would rather kill her because I don't want her to escape from her bonds and
17.
My perception check was a 6.
You see
so I
no
didn't
signs
actually do
of water other than where you brought her on. You see no signs of blood. It doesn't look like she was ever above deck on your ship.
I would love to actually take the thorn whip around her, kind of near the carotid artery, going around the thigh, and pull so it severs your leg.
it. Oh.
Alright, yeah, it does so.
Then I'm going to not very nicely bandage it. I'm going to bandage it enough
And
to
now-
where she doesn't bleed out.
And now she's howling, basically.
Yeah.
There.
'Cause she's crippled now. You just
And
you
she
just ruined her.
says, the black spirits will take us all.
I'd like to see them try.
And at that moment, everyone roll a deck save.
Alright, I'm below deck.
Dear.
Mhm.
Uh-oh.
Oh!
Roll a deck save with disadvantage.
Oh,
But
dear.
I also have evasion.
That's true.
So just throwing that out there.
Just
Hey,
try that.
as you're below deck, you notice some water leaking into the room you're in.
Did.
And as you open the door,
Okay.
it looks like that one of the windows that's there, like the high window
Reroll.
deck to let light in, is open. And it looks like there's a trail of water as though she had climbed out of it before, or possibly into it. And you can see that there is alchemist's fire rolling around in this water, and it looks like there was a long fuse that was
Well,
set to
could I
light.
have noticed that when I went downstairs a long time ago?
Well, the water hadn't pooled yet.
Okay. Okay, well, I got... Oh, it's a dex save?
Yeah.
Plus 7?
She managed to do that.
20.
I
Disadvantage.
guess we were over there. for a
20.
minute.
20? Okay. So, the DC was 15.
Failed.
You failed? Okay. So
I
it's
crippled
actually
my
not
own
that bad.
life, guys.
As the ship explodes in a burst of flame,
That's pretty cool.
if you failed, you'll take 23 fire damage.
I'm down.
If you
What's that?
pass, you'll take 11. And all of you are now in the water.
Wait, does that mean I take none because I did evasion?
Well, I suggest someone come get me
Yeah, and you
because I'm
see
now
him
unconscious
and
on
the princess
on one.
I'll get
foot.
you.
floating
I'll get you. Oh,
in
Princess
the
is done
water.
too?
Mhm.
Can I grab both of them?
Yeah, sure. And it's not too far. It's only, like I said, it's only about
Take very
less
much
than a
damage.
football field to the shore.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
going to,
It's 100 yards.
very quickly, as
But it's
this
200
happens,
feet.
and the ship explodes, I'm going to panic and just quickly, as we're like all falling or the thing is exploding, I'm just going to say like, "May the light of Lormir guide us," and throw a quick mass healing word.
There you go.
Alright.
Just
Attaboy.
in a general for everyone.
Oh, good. How much?
It's going to be, it's a 3rd level, so it's going to be
Woohoo!
2, 5.
Yes, I'm down, but
Another 5.
we're getting a healing
Yeah.
word. So
12 health to everybody.
All right. The princess and
30.
Osborne both sort of cough back to consciousness in your arms.
Hey, friends.
In your arms.
We're sweet.
I
And
guess. I guess.
if the-
And you
like,
see the corpse of the orc now floating as well.
Okay, never
Yeah,
mind.
Okay,
I-
she's
I was
very
gonna
dead.
say if she was alive, that healing word goes to her as well.
Okay.
As Sam
she's
wakes
dead.
up, he notices
Excuse
that.
me, who?
Oh, that.
She would have been quite dead. Yeah,
Yeah.
so you put it on her. Yeah.
You notice that I'm very I'm not
She's
really
still
caring
bound. Has one
about
leg.
you or the princess. I'm sort of like tying you together with rope. So when you wake up, you guys are like embraced.
Hello, princess.
That's helping you out.
Jam?
Where-
Is that
where's the-
Jam?
Where's the captain?
The captain, he was blown over as well. You can see he seems to have landed on a part of the ship. He's conscious and sort of like rolling, rubbing his head as the fire burns around him. He starts to sort of sit up on this board as it sort of bobs in the water. And taking his coat, kind of dipping it in the water and wrapping it around him, he dives into the water, and he comes up on the other side of the fire near you.
So are we all just in the water trying to
Right.
tread? Okay.
He says, "We should make for the shore. If we follow the shoreline, we can make it back up to last port. It won't take us too long."
Yes.
I agree.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Going that way.
And so you're about a day's walk away from.
Would we like
We
to
can
make
Wait,
do
where are
this
we?
number.
Where are you on the map? Right.
stand on my side? Could be the weatherman you
Then
are.
on the map, you were about at this point right. Well, 4, 1, 2. You're about right here.
Alright, and the Hayfork is
That delta
This
right
is the
there.
Hayfork.
right there. Oh, okay.
It's not a delta.
Delta's
but
the
yeah.
other way.
It's off the coast.
No, but
a
there's
delta
a
is
triangle.
this. A
Oh.
delta is that. This is where rivers come together to
Yeah.
feed into the ocean. That's just tributaries
That's a
joining,
song.
right?
Yeah.
But this is a delta where it breaks up because of the sediment.
little pyramids
It's
and
there.
triangles,
Yeah.
yeah.
But here is where you are.
So for those who can see the Instagram, we are 4 down from the start of the rivers on the Hayfork.
Yep. So I guess we'll start heading that way, all battered and beaten up. as
Excuse
we
me,
are.
but I would like to take a rest.
Oh, yeah, a short rest makes sense.
Yeah, but especially if we're going to be traveling.
That's fair.
All right,
You
so
are currently in an area that is danger level 2.
Oh, okay.
So
And it's not forested.
it is not forested here. Yet.
Oh man. Well, I would like
What
to
do you
recover my. Huh?
He gets different forms and stuff.
Not
Not anymore. I'm level
can
6. I can do
Oh,
whatever
that's
I
right,
want.
yeah.
I was just saying, oh man, because I feel comforted around.
Are we
forest.
level 7?
We are, yes.
Yeah,
Oh,
but he's
yes.
past level 6, so he gets that ability.
I'm past level 6,
Oh, okay.
which means I get that ability.
It's not just when he's on level 6.
So I get my wild chase back.
Well, I thought he was saying that he
Yeah,
is.
if we're long
currently-
resting,
Yeah.
that'd be good.
Are we short or long resting?
I
The
mean,
captain says we can press on if you like. We should arrive sometime around noon tomorrow if we do. Or we can rest now, wake in the wee hours of the night, and arrive tomorrow.
Let's travel
I
by
like
night.
that.
Let's travel by night.
I like that.
Well, what time of day is it right now?
It's right afternoon,
oh,
like
yeah,
early
so-
afternoon. So it's maybe 1. So if you took a long rest, then you would you'd wake up like 9,
and then travel through the night.
and then travel through most of the night. Yeah, and you'd arrive then
You can't see in the dark.
about
can
9
you?
the next day, I guess.
I
I
can't
can
if
our
I'm
new
a tree.
friend.
None
Oh,
of us
no,
need
but-
to see in the dark. I can if I'm a fungoid.
You're right.
I have tremor
We'll
sensing
rest
and
here.
vision.
We all need that.
He says, "Well, settle in. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like we have much food or camping supplies."
I mean, I don't have enough for everyone, but I have 2 blankets. I also have 2 bedrolls.
Merry mercenaries, thank you so much for the 200 bits.
Nice.
Hey.
Are we so long rest or short rest?
I think we said long rest.
We did say long.
All right, then
Let's get back to full health.
I'm gonna actually just start doing that at the end of the session. Just
Oh, okay.
yeah.
What?
Of what?
Next
Huh?
week.
Oh.
The night passes safely enough.
Yeah.
As you make sort of haphazard camp, you can hear the howling of wolves here and there in the distance, and every now and then you hear some small grassland creatures just running by, but nothing dangerous stops by.
Convenient.
That's good. No zombie T-Rexes
Right.
or Demogorgon.
Right.
Them pesky demogorgons.
Always showing up
No,
to
that's my
ravage
other
a
game.
civilization. Yeah, I know. I play in that.
I know, I play in that one.
I'm a nervous wreck no matter
I'm
what game
gonna
it is.
switch out some of my stuff.
All right.
My spelly spells.
All right. So you wake right about.
If nobody else is gonna, I might try to tune to that cloak.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It is in fact a Cape of the Mountain Bay.
You already
might-
Yeah, I
claimed
think
that
the
they can run
more-
so far.
I could run so far though. That's the thing.
What is it? A bonus action to do that?
I think.
If it's a bonus action, I don't want it.
It does.
Yeah.
It
Is
does
it action
actually.
or
I think it's an
Cape of the
action
Mountain
to
Bay?
do it.
It might be because it's
Oh,
basically
it's
past
Dimension Door.
Dimension Door.
Now
Right.
that it does kind of make sense for a melee person to want it to be able to just poof right into.
Right.
Yeah, but he could also poof away.
Poof away.
Yeah, but
But I
And
when
I
I-
just got a nice new spell that can do that.
Oh, that's
oh,
good.
did
that
you
is a
get
spell.
Did you get Thunderstep?
I have a scroll, so I can copy it.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, in that case, maybe somebody who does a little more swinging.
Yeah, I can poof in just by running, so like I don't want
Probably
to.
you.
Okay.
Yeah, it is an action.
I don't want it.
You don't want it?
I don't want it.
Actions are valuable.
Man, this
I don't think I would use
this
it.
guy knows everything.
I don't think I'd use this piece of
He's pretty
vile
cool.
orc
Orc
sorcery.
magic, yeah.
He's one of our really good Twitter followers. I like
Also,
him. Or her.
Yeah, I
don't
don't
assume-
think I would. I think it would go to you.
well, all right, then I will certainly use it.
I'm
Alright,
using
cool.
I'm using my shield because dwarves made that. They're my people.
All right. Well, as night falls, you start to wake up at about 9 p.m. and you can set off if you like.
Alright.
So
You're gonna keep a light on something?
I'm going to, as we begin to travel, I'm going to cast a light cantrip on the tip of my halberd, and then I will ask the group, who else would like a light?
I can see.
Just fine, thank you.
Is anyone under 16 AC?
I am.
And not when I'm armored. Oh, you. Barkskin's concentration in only lasts an hour.
Well, I'm not doing Barkskin.
Yeah, don't do that.
All
Your
right.
armor will do me good.
Does anyone else want a light on anything?
No, I can see.
Yeah, pretty much it's
No.
you and Sam.
Do you want
Oh, and the two humans that we're traveling with. They
Yeah,
might.
yeah,
actually.
Yeah, they'd like it.
Okay, so whatever they would like,
I'm just gonna use
Alright,
Druidcraft to make my own.
we'll project light,
Or
and I'll
produce
just
flame.
recast the cantrip each hour.
Sure, yeah. Then the captain will actually take it, and he'll have you cast it just on his pocket watch.
Okay.
And he takes his pocket watch and he wraps it around his wrist, and he's just sort of holding it out, almost like a lantern.
Cool.
And you manage actually to travel the rest of the way, this being a fairly safe part of the waste. You travel along the coast, and you make it right on up to where you can see Lastport coming up over the horizon. Lastport is a small city by the standards of Landshart and Thrimakath, but for the waste, it's fairly large. It's much, much larger than Aberdyvi. You can see that it probably has a fairly high population. It seems to be a major trade center. Of course, it's centered at the meeting point of 3 rivers.
Yeah.
And you can see that it's actually set on an island within the rivers. Is the main part of the city. And then there's bridges off to the sides. And so on each side of the primary river, there's more of the city on the banks. And so you'd enter the city on at the bank of the river, and then you'd cross into the heart of the city.
Cool. And in a time of great strife, they could just kind of cut the bridges. Or
Right,
whatever.
exactly.
Yeah. And then it would be like trying to siege. Was that Castle Rochester?
Yeah,
In England?
yeah.
So we're not in the town just yet?
You're not, but you can see it. Do you want to do anything before you go
Is
in?
it dawn, I guess?
It's past, at this point, it's been about 12 hours, so it's about 9 a.m.
9 a.m. Okay.
I guess I would have offered the princess to ride on the ram.
Okay,
guy.
sure, yeah.
Just
She
because
is a strong, independent woman who doesn't need you.
just
She's
because
also,
of everything.
She's also a princess. She outranks me.
everything that's been happening lately,
Maybe she
with
wants
all
to
the
walk?
orc attacks and everything, I'd like to just, as we approach the town, just do a quick perception check, just like to see if anything appears to be off about
So
the
nothing
town. I
looks
didn't-
off.
Okay.
But you do hear some music wafting over the breeze. It's
Praise to our new orc leaders.
Oh,
Not really.
Lord.
They're so nice and said they stab anyone who comes this way.
Knew there would be a musical episode.
Not yet.
So, not yet. So, you don't see anything off. There's no banners of orcs flying or anything like that. In fact, it looks like it's just a normal town going about.
We heart orc.
Sorry, that was really funny.
So it does seem like orcs haven't.
Who sits
It does not.
Okay.
There are no orcs here.
Just as we're walking along the street, I'd like to make small talk with the princess.
All right. What do you want to say?
My lady.
Yes.
Small talk every time a halfling speaks.
Sassy.
Oh!
You're small too.
No,
I'm
he's
medium.
actually medium.
Aw.
Yeah.
How does it feel to look upon your city once more?
No, that feels fine. I am sure my father will be welcome to see us,
Man,
though
she
he will
is
be
not
disappointed
for me.
that we do not have Sora in tow.
But we still do have some information.
Yes, we do. And she gestures back to she glances back to the orc who she had demanded the captain tie by her one remaining leg to the back of the ram, so she's being dragged behind the ram.
Oof.
Nice.
Oh.
I'm not a fan of this.
Oh man, if Hellhawk saw this.
Have I been able to figure out anything about the cipher that we've got over the past rest?
Not much. It's a pretty complex cipher. It feels like you'd need an actual code master, like a code breaker, to,
Or
or
that one
proficiency
feat.
in proficiency in code breaking, which would be a tool set.
Yeah, totally. I have that.
So the next
Well,
time you
level
up
8's
your
coming up now.
yeah, next time you up your
Yeah,
intelligence.
you could. So it definitely is difficult to crack.
Gotcha.
But she has assured you, Anarel has assured you that her father Anvil has several people on his staff that could be put to work on it once you got there, and he could figure out what these are.
And perhaps I'll have to sit in. Figure that out.
Still a good thing to have.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, no.
yeah, because you might find more in the future.
Exactly.
All right. So are we heading in?
Yep.
All right. Striding into the city, you get a lot of odd looks from people who are used to only seeing
Humans, I guess.
around these parts.
Bunch of racists.
With a couple, they see wood elves here and there.
Yeah, but dark elf
rarely. Yeah.
and draconian.
Yeah, he especially,
Yeah.
the Waste felt the brunt of some of the Draconians, since that was the staging ground
You might have been
for a
here
lot of
before.
them.
Might have
So
been here before.
they are giving him some dirty looks.
I'd assume.
And several of them, as you pass by, head into their homes and shutter the doors, and you can hear bars being pushed across the door.
I'd assume.
And as you pass, one guy on the street sort of steps up in front of you. He looks like he's talking to some people. They keep glancing your way, and a guy steps in front of you and he says, "Who do you think you are coming here?"
Is that to
Yeah.
me? Look, we don't want any trouble from you.
"And we don't want any from you, friend. So you should turn around and go back to whatever hellhole you crawled out of."
You recognize the symbols on his gear. You stand
Yeah, I
before
am-
a servant of Loromir. He means you no harm.
The god of the glow may think he's better than the rest, but only working together do the gods really matter.
Look, I don't want your trouble. We just came from having our ship destroyed while trying to save another. Do you think that I wanted this? Do you think that this is what I chose, that I wanted to be this monster? No. But you know what? I'm out here on my feet with my friends, trying to make an improvement in this world, and trying to save lives where I can. And if you don't think that that's worthy, if you don't think that I deserve to stand with you as a friend, then by the grace of Loromir be judged.
Roll a persuasion check.
I feel really bad about taking the scale. Throwing that out.
Not
there.
great.
Aw.
I mean, it would be pretty hard because so it makes sense.
Yeah.
You got
Those
12.
are good ones.
It's a 5.
I used it
No,
already.
just
Five?
five.
Yeah. But it's a new day,
He says, "You don't want to be a monster?
technically.
Then prove it. Stay away from every person in this town. Turn around and leave. We don't want you here."
Do these people know the old gods?
Yeah.
They do.
Yeah,
Do
they're-
they worship the old
Oh,
gods?
That's what he was just talking
That's
about.
what I thought.
The bright god is
Would they
what
say-
they call Lorimir.
Would I know if these are like red people? They sure as heck seem like some red worshippers.
No, they worship the 8,
Yeah.
all the gods of men.
Oh,
Most followers of the old gods, again, worship all 8 of them.
Yeah.
They
I'm-
choose
It's a
which
balance.
ones
I'm
to
gonna
follow.
walk forward in
It would be weird.
front of the draconian.
That's
with
why, real quick, that's why they don't like the worshippers of Lorimir, because originally Thrimacai, who led the crusade that united the 14 clans of men that were on the east of the wall or the east of the mountains and created Thrimacath, he was originally a follower of the bright god, and he got a vision from the bright god where he named himself as Lorimir, and he said, or this is what he believes, he got an angel that was sent to him that said basically like, these other gods are demons and imposters, and you should strike it down all of their followers. And so these people out here are not fond of worshippers of Lorimir because they see them as just like heretical zealots
Zealots, yeah.
for one particular god, when they
Which, you
believe
know.
that each god has its own domain.
They kind of are. So
I'm gonna put a soft hand on the draconian and back him up. Walk over to the gentleman and say, "Good morrow, sir. I am a priest of Yuan.
I travel with one of them.
I do travel with one of them. It should show you that they are kind and they're willing to work with even us." I point at the priest in the black. And I say, "You follow the people that work together, while we as a body work together."
He pulls aside his collar because it is heavy winter again. He pulls aside his collar and you see bite marks
Yeah, sure enough.
on his neck,
Mhm.
and he says, "One of them gave that to me, and the third rise. So you keep an eye on your friend, or else you might end up with a chunk."
I'll tell you what. If he bites you, bite him back.
It's not gonna be very effective because like you don't have like.
Stay out of this part of town. And he leaves and he goes back inside.
Look,
Small words from a small mind, friend.
Having inspiration.
Thank you.
I turn to the draconian Buffin. Please excuse me. These are not
Don't worry.
my followers.
Don't worry, friend.
I thought you
these
hated
are
him.
not. Huh?
I thought you hated him.
No, I was iffy about him when I first met him
Okay.
because I've never seen a draconian before.
Yeah.
But he's earned your trust.
He's earned my trust
Okay.
because he's healed me.
Fair.
Bothan, please. This is not how.
You do not need to apologize for their words, my friend.
Okay, good. Because
If you acted as they did, I would not consider myself your friend. But all of you that stand around me, I know I can stand firm in that you are all my friends, and I trust you all.
even though I truly don't believe in Lorimir,
Quit.
can say
I'm gonna pat him on the head. Quit while you're ahead, friend.
Stop.
I like you, but shut your mouth now.
I'm gonna go pardon.
Oh, I don't know where I'm
Yeah, that's fine.
Talk less.
Alright.
What's that was said at some point?
Just don't
yeah.
talk.
Yeah.
That's what I was trying to remember.
Look,
I didn't. I was like,
I get what you're
I
trying.
appreciate what you're trying to do.
I appreciate what you're doing. Just don't talk. That's what it was. Thank you, Colby. I was totally missing
did this man seem like a guard? Or
No, he was
did-
an older guy.
it. Just
It
some
looked
dude.
like he was just a veteran of
maybe
the last
veteran?
war.
Yeah, okay.
He was a little pudgy now. I mean, he seems like he's in the twilight of his life.
Living in the twilight zone.
Getting by being angry.
We would like to continue towards the keep.
Can you pass me one?
I would like to keep my eye out
It's like
for
a hat
any.
with a big patch on- Which one?
The farthest.
Are there
What you got, boy?
chapels here of the old?
Oh yeah, there's all 8. There's a chapel of each. And the
How
main
about that
thing
one?
that is keeping more people from confronting you is that you do have the princess of this city
Had a
riding
feeling.
amongst you.
What did the princess say during that whole debacle?
She was just kind of staring him down
Okay. Wow. He spoke up while the ooh, okay.
Dude's brave.
Alright.
Or just
Very
old and doesn't care.
Crotchety.
Yeah.
Eventually, you arrive near the keep, and it's not a raised keep. It's not like up on a hill because it's there on that island. But once you get across the island through some of the richer parts of the city, to the past some of the merchants and things that are there, and you arrive at the keep, and there is it looks as though the keep is sort of basically if the island is sort of like a rhombus type shape. The keep is kind of in one corner, the corner that's furthest away from the sea, and it's sort of cut into it is a man-made trench that serves as a moat by pulling just water from the river through this canal, and there's a drawbridge across it. And as you approach the drawbridge, the princess dismounts and walks up, and she says, "Princess Anarel Nak Anwil, I have returned." And two guards look down, and one of them says, "The princess! She's here! Lower the drawbridge!" And you can hear cranks turning, and the drawbridge lowers down. And you cross the drawbridge, and the princess leads you to the center of the keep.
There's something in me that feels like this isn't a good thing.
Okay.
That there might be a trap.
Roll an insight check.
Yeah, go ahead.
I will also roll an insight. Because I'm now pretty wary of this town.
12.
Oh,
12?
I have 12? No. 20. 20 insight.
As
I'm
you
pretty confident that we're okay.
as you lower that, as you walk in, I mean, looking around, these people definitely are giving you some wary looks, particularly you.
Yeah, I imagine.
But they're giving you quite a few wary looks as well.
I'm surprised they're giving priests of the old wary looks.
They're really not looking
you
that
guys are-
warily, you guys. But they are. They see
Bum,
the
bum,
princess
bum.
with you, and
Yeah.
they're acting very okay there.
Distracted by them.
Yeah. Yeah.
And eventually, she leads you to
Dawn,
the
dawn.
the court. And as you walk in, you see a throne on one end, and there's a couple tables set up for like eating during festivals and things like that. And you see that at one of the tables are two men, one with blonde hair that's pulled back and a heavy beard, and the other he's clean shaven, and he also has blonde hair with a few streaks of gray, and his is tightly shaven, and he's wearing what looks like armor with a tabard over it. He's wearing a breastplate with a tabard over it.
What's on the tablet?
On the tabard is a symbol that looks like basically it's like a pile of hay, right? And stuck into it is a pitchfork.
Gotcha.
It seems like the weirdest tabard ever. Come at me! I have hay.
The reason it's like that is because this is the Hayfork.
I know it's the
The
Hayfork,
kingdom
but
of the
it's-
Hayfork is called that because of the three branches of the
Spans
river.
off.
Yeah, it looks like a trident or a Hayfork.
I thought it would become something cool, like a trident. So nice and see,
Well,
but
maybe that's the
the
weapon that
pitchfork.
a lot of the guards use.
But you do see that there is a very fancy, impressive-looking trident that is sort of mounted on the wall above the throne.
oh, I am totally
Is that where the
eyeing
older
that.
guy in the armor is sitting?
No one's sitting in the throne. They're both sitting at the
Oh,
table.
okay.
And the younger guy, who's still in his like early 50s, the older guy is like late 50s. But the two of them are sitting talking, and as you enter, you hear one of them say, "Yes, Speaker Sturgis has gone missing. I don't know what happened to his caravan. Whatever it is, it's bad."
May the old gods bless you, sir.
They both look up, and one of them, the younger of the two, stands and he says, "Anarel! Oh, it's good to see you. I had heard that Keller had fallen under the sway of the orcs, and I knew you were in that direction last time I heard. Oh, my daughter, I thought you were gone." And she says, "No, father. No, these people saved me. These are my new friends."
Do you beam with pride?
Oh yes.
He says,
I bow.
"Well then, I thank you for
I would
rescuing
too.
my daughter.
Not bad for anyone.
I was afraid I would have to start funeral preparations soon. I had sent another ship down to check on her, but I have not heard yet back from them yet."
Would this be the ship captained by? And then I say the guy's name.
Well, we have the knight's body.
I'm
Well,
afraid
technically, probably not, because
I'm
the
afraid-
ship exploded.
I'm
So
afraid that his ship was.
I hand the
attacked
spyglass over to.
He takes it and he says, then it's as I feared. The orcs truly are forming incursions now into the Hayfork.
Does he give it back?
I'm afraid
Yeah.
it's
Oh.
almost worse than that.
That's a blessing.
The damage to your second ship, its crew and its captain, was slain by one orc.
One orc.
This orc. And I drag the
One-legged
one-legged assassin just kind
hellhawk
of into the middle
wife.
of the floor.
So
Me-
Mrs.
Ulfe.
Hellhawk.
I'm sorry.
An assassin of Kurashuruk.
Just
And
let you
the
guys know.
crew
how
on the
Hellhawk is.
ship that you travelled upon?
Go
The
on.
captain, by the way, has broken off now.
The same.
All dead as well.
I'm gonna show.
One orc.
I'm gonna show a scar right
We
here.
should have stayed aboard the ship.
Oh.
Some of us. We didn't.
And a scar
We
right
paid the
here.
price for our folly.
If one orc can cause such pain, then what can 1,000 do?
I would assure you that most of them are not this skilled.
I
But surely
No,
she's
I
not
have
the
heard
only
legends. I've heard that the orcs march in columns 12 deep, that their spears span the length of 3 men. I've heard of their shields locking together, forming an impenetrable wall, a castle that moves.
one. They are mighty, but they can be beaten.
What is
Then
that
the
jingling,
worst-
sir?
Mr. got a
Is
Is
collar.
this the truth, prosecutor?
Then the worst fears of the council have been realized. They had told me these things. I knew the orcs were a threat, but I did not realize that. Forgive me. This is the one that killed my men.
It is.
I watched
She has told us all she knows, I believe. Is that not so? I say to Ulfe.
everything I know.
And I guess I would have said that in Orcish, because they do speak
Sure.
that language.
With the exception of the contents of these scrolls, I understand that you have code breakers here. I would like to work with him.
The knight who's sitting there steps forward, and he says, "Let me see that." And he takes one and he opens it up,
Oh, yes.
and he says,
Immediately.
"I have just the man. May I?"
Please.
He takes the rest from you. He heads off immediately.
Might
are
I
you going, man?
tag along?
He
I would
looks
like to see the
back,
process.
and he kind of eyes you up and down for a minute, and then
Awesome.
the other man, Anvil, says, "It's all right, Fortress Captain. He may join you. If he did, as you say, turning to his daughter, save your life, then he is a man we can trust."
He's also blessed by Yuang, so.
Or perhaps we can trade secrets.
Now, you'll have to forgive me, but the last time I saw one of your folk,
You're like,
A dwarf.
they killed my father and dozens of men.
Oh, okay.
He looks to Emerald and he says, "This is one we can trust." And she says, "Thus far as I have seen, he has done nothing but heal. He has saved many lives."
I am a changed one. If I may be completely frank, I have worked with some of the other knights and men of Thermocraft to hunt down some of the remaining ones like me in the past.
Well, I always said the only good draconian is a dead one, but I suppose if you're making more dead ones, you must be a little good as well. I'll tolerate your presence, but know that your presence does make me uncomfortable.
I appreciate that, my liege. I hope that last part will change in time.
Perhaps you will prove yourself.
The old saying, the enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Yes, I've heard this saying as well. And for now, it seems we're all enemies of the orcs, just as all free men are, here in this forgotten country. A shame. You said she told you all that she knew. What did she tell you?
She told us that she was supposed to be reporting to... she mentioned that Zimic was going to be here. That she was going to be
no,
reporting to?
at the meeting that the hill tribes were calling.
Oh, that's right. No. She mentioned that there was going to be a meeting of the hill tribes.
The Yarbir.
She mentioned that her spy commander, a Zimic, was going to be there. The orcs seemed to be allying with the hillmen.
Yes, I've been fearing Yarbir incursions. They've been crossing the river, and well, there's clearly problems.
If I may, I don't know entirely how it happened, but you're going to want to deal with the hillmen as quickly as possible. The orcs have a weapon that transfers the knowledge of those who wield it into the weapon and back out again. By spreading this weapon around, they gain unmatched martial prowess. It's why you've heard the tales you have.
Our dwarf here has used it.
Briefly, not long enough to matter. If they're able to reach the hillmen with this weapon, whatever crude savagery they might direct against you will be replaced with the cold military might that the orcs now wield. You're going to want to strike, and quickly.
They were deadly enough in the Briogan clan wars.
They've also, and I start using druidcraft to make kind of like sand on the ground and draw how they use phalanx. They've never done phalanx war before. They use shields like a wall.
Yes.
And while they're in that wall, they do incredible things. Incredible things.
That's what I'd heard rumors of. Rumors coming down since Abu Dhabi.
What we need to do, and having your strategists work on this, is how to break a phalanx wall. Once we break it, they are weakened as they just become barbaric as usual.
If it weren't for their reliance on shields, I would say heavy cavalry could break their phalanx. But there's too many shields, and a shield wall can't be broken by archers. We found that out the hard way when we fought Hissim.
What about magic?
Perhaps, but we'd have to...
Oh, shut up. Without magic, you wouldn't be alive right
I was
now.
going to say, oh, grow up.
It says, perhaps magic is the way, but we don't have enough wizards. We don't have enough warlocks. I only have one warlock here. No, we'll need something. Well, perhaps. He thinks for a minute and he says, there is the academy. So thus far they've stayed neutral. But
You would trust the safety of your city to the academy.
the academy has saved us before. During the Third Rise, before he died, my father made a deal with him. They worked with us, against Hissim. It was only their powers of spell breaking that kept the armies of Hissim from flattening our cities.
Their magic runs unchecked. They have no boundaries. They're not kept in control of themselves by another body like the church.
That's exactly what we needed during the Third Rise. That unchecked power was the only thing that could match the unchecked power of Feofe and his legions.
Now, where's the college at?
The academy.
The academy, sorry.
Is right
Good job, Weatherman.
here.
Now, that's filled with wizards, I'm guessing.
Oh yeah, the academy
There's a
is
lot of
famous for it was founded by a wizard who was once an archmage of the Benefici Collegiate, which is
Whoa.
That's the mage academy.
it's basically the legal academy in Thermikath, where you have to go if you want to be a wizard. If you're a wizard and you don't go to that academy
In Thermikath.
Ah.
if you're a wizard in Thermikath and you don't go to that academy, you're considered a hedge mage, and that's a crime punishable by death.
Whoa!
They send the silencers after you.
Yeah, in the Waste, one of the guys, he had been experimenting with some magic that the Lord Bishop didn't like. This archmage of the academy or of the Venefici Collegiate had been experimenting with some magic that the Lord Bishop at the time didn't like, and he declared it witchcraft and heathenous, and he ordered several paladins. Not necromancy, no. Just spells that the Lord Bishop said were things that were more the realm of the gods and that should not be consigned to men. And so he basically he was trying in a lot of ways to create life and sustain life longer than normal.
Cool.
And the Lord Bishop didn't like that, and so the Lord Bishop ordered that he be executed. Sent a bunch of paladins to bring him down, and he blew through them and escaped to the waste, where he founded the academy. Now the academy is in Thrumakath. Basically, they say they're demon summoners and witches, and that they work blood magic and do all these horrible things. And while some of that is true, they don't know anything about demons. Demons are a thing of myth. Until now.
Until now.
But they totally do blood magic.
But they do have some blood magic. The Academy's thing is that nothing's off limits until you lose control of it. If you lose control of it, the Academy polices itself. In the Waste, they are known for being a center of unbridled learning. Basically, if you want to learn, and it's not just magic. Magic's their specialty. But if you want to learn about anything, the Academy's the place to go. They have the largest library of any city in the world. They have maybe beaten by the capital city of Solnath.
Would this? Never mind. That's really meta. But I was going to ask: would they have books about creatures, plants that we have yet to have?
Oh yeah. They have things about flora and fauna. They send explorers out. They're people. They learn about all sorts of things. They're a center of knowledge and learning, and people who want to learn go there.
I think I would be excited, as my character would be definitely excited to go visit those libraries.
Sure.
How do they feel about druids? How do they feel about people that are non-wizards?
They welcome it. I mean, they have some people who have they train sorcerers to help control their abilities. Which is something that in Thrumakath they do not do. They train sorcerers to help control their abilities. Often they teach people who are seeking power of the powers in the world that can grant power.
So you can find a patron.
Yeah, they do all sorts of things. Several of in the more civilized areas of the Waste, like the Hayfork, they'll send often their priests of the Eight there to learn about their domain, essentially. So they're pretty popular among the people of the Waste.
I kind of want to. I don't know.
Go.
I'll talk to you about it later. But
have you no alchemists here?
We have an alchemist, yes. A good lad. He's a bit more than a lad now, I suppose. But yes, he's quite good at his job.
Stout formations of metal shields will do you little good when fire is raining down on you. Alchemist fire has a tendency to melt formations.
True, but it also is expensive and requires rare reagents. And I have a people to feed.
I see.
Can Druidcraft create those types of agents?
It can't create them, no.
Okay.
You have a warlock here?
Yes, I do.
Of which patron?
I know not. But it says that his patron is kind.
They often say that.
Yes, they often do, and they're often right. Here we do not share the prejudices of glancing at your tabard, he says, of your adoptive people.
I know.
No, we have pressing matters if the Hill Tribes are organizing, as you say. I fear they may be looking to elect a Morskoth.
What's that?
The Hill
What's
Tribes.
that voice?
Yeah, I was like, are you a goblin now?
What's that? What's that?
The Hill Tribes are led by Ogskoths, clan chieftains, that rally their people together. When they see a time of war coming, they call a moot, a clan's moot, and there they elect a Morskoth.
Have you heard of a moot happening?
Yes, you just told me about it.
What?
That's what you just told a minute ago. He says,
Oz is just not present.
La 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 la.
He says,
Oh, a butterfly.
He says, the last Morskoff was elected during the Brogan Clan War. But, not all of the Arbia are in favor of a Morskoff. It's usually the lowlands tribes that call together a Morskoff. When they do, when they elect one, that usually means that he'll be riding for the king in their capital. And usually one of the Highlands tribes members. And once they bring him down and supplant him, their next stop is usually us.
I think we should go to this moat.
You want to go to the clansmoot?
Seeing how it's just a meeting of the leaders and probably a few of their guard.
No. No, the entire clans are there to take part in the moot.
So,
But I was planning on sending agents. Perhaps you could accompany them.
I would love to.
none of us will fit in among the hill tribes.
No, but I might have a solution for that.
I fit in among plants.
I only have one observation to make. And our orc captive is still in the room,
Yeah.
right? If this is a moot of the hill tribes, what is an orc assassin being sent to do with this moot?
Well,
Good question.
That's a good
Are you looking at her asking for?
Yeah.
She smiles
Teamwork.
and she says, "The enemy of my enemy."
That's fair.
Oh, show enough.
Gotcha.
What orders are you planning on giving the tribesmen chiefs?
No orders. Zemek was to tell me what was to happen next.
Zemek was the one that
No.
that she killed?
no. We haven't met Zemek. He's a spy commander.
He's
Oh.
the spy commander that was going there, and
He's apparently going to be there. An orc like you, then.
not like me. Zemek is one of our mages.
What?
He was a slave, a house slave in his seam.
God.
She says,
How are we gonna beat barbarians that know spells and are good at fighting now?
And have phalanxes
he
protecting
killed
them.
his master and stole a spellbook to escape. He is a mighty warrior.
Holy
I
crap,
glance
these
over at
orcs
the,
are starting to get
I
really
glance over at
organized.
the king and say, unchecked magic.
And he says, then let's put a check on it. Yes, I might have a way for you to get into the moot. There's an expatriate from the Yarb here. He's come to me, seeking a new way of life. I told him that he could have it. But as long as my people accepted him, he would have my protection. But he would owe me a favor that one day I would call upon.
And here we are.
The Yarb here, like the orcs, swear by blood debts. If we were to say that Alvor's life was in danger, perhaps that he had been captured and tortured by the people of the Hayfork, and that you all had saved his life, they would be honor bound to let you into the moot. You'd have to take part in it, though.
What is it? This moot. It's a vote?
No, it's
Or a festival?
a vote of sorts, and a festival of sorts as well. Several challenges, several trials that each chieftain enters into. And at the end of it, the winner is named Morskoff.
So, the Argent tournament.
I don't know what that is.
It's World of Warcraft stuff.
Yeah. It's,
That's why I don't know what it is.
Okay, gotcha.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
yes.
Yes. Alright, let's make a plan.
Right. I will be sending one of my spies with you as well.
I have an idea. As you know, a priest of the green can shape themselves into any of Ewing's blessings,
Yes,
which
some of the
means
more powerful ones.
I could go unnoticed if I get there before them.
And how would you do so?
He's
Twig
gonna become a
blight.
bush.
Yeah.
No, but how would he get there? Before?
Okay,
That's what I'm
gotcha.
asking.
Twig blights can walk, and if they aren't moving, they look like regular.
So there's an awakened tree. I would rather be an
There
awakened
you go.
tree.
I wasn't sure if they did.
Well, this is the part of the festival where they cut down the tallest trees they can find.
Then I'm
If the
going
tree
to
screams,
smash
they get
them.
bonus
I'll
points.
be a very small awakened tree.
That's a heck of a
I look over.
pull card to have. Is that one of the trees just goes, "Argh!"
No.
That's basically what's gonna happen if stuff gets real. I go over to the orc and I say, "When is the moat?"
She says, soon. They're already meeting, but the moot itself doesn't start for another few days.
How long would it take to get that?
I don't know.
I directed at the king then.
The king.
I don't know.
The king says, according to some of our scouts, not all of the tribes have arrived yet at the moot, so it will begin the day that the last tribe does. And he says, currently you're right here. He says, currently, according to my scouts, the moot meets between the two hills,
Yep.
the northmost hills,
Oh, that's a couple days.
in the Ryogan Hill Range.
Straight shot up the river, though.
Yeah.
They just
we
kinda
have a
head up
dinghy.
there and then cross over the hill.
A pair of dinghies.
I think we should leave tonight. I don't think we haven't. I really think we should leave tonight. We really don't have time to waste.
Well, then we'll be exhausted.
Well, for that early, then we'll have time to rest once we're there. In between all the festivities. You have a point. We don't want to get there when we're not at our best, in case things don't go well.
Well then, already one of my wardens, Evienne, one of the very best. She will go with you. She's an excellent spy.
What's her name?
Evienne. And he says, I'll have her collect Halvor, and we'll meet you in an hour at the river.
Sounds good.
Very well. In that time frame, be sure you have all the supplies you need for the journey.
I am going to the alchemist tent, and I'm gonna brew. How long do we have? That's enough to brew one potion. An hour?
Yeah.
Crap. Okay, I'm gonna brew. Oh, fairy fire cubes. Fairy fire.
So, yeah. I'm just gonna go pick up some more rations.
Okay.
I think that's all. I imagine they don't have cure wounds potion or healing potions. In the
They
lake.
do not, yeah.
I'm just gonna stick around wherever we are. I don't think me
Yeah.
interacting with the towns.
Yeah,
is a
you
very
going
good idea.
somewhere is a bad idea.
Probably not a great one.
Any luck on the code?
So as you're working with them on the code,
Oh yeah.
they
You're
do
over there
seem
now.
to understand the type of cipher it is.
Mm-hmm.
They say it's going to take them a while to figure it out. They think that it might take them a couple days to really crack the code.
So when we come back from the moot.
Yeah, if you came straight back here, it would probably be done by then.
Okay. Well, I guess I will leave it in their hands.
All right, cool.
Can I buy some like ball bearings or something?
Ball bearings? Yeah, they've got ball
I
bearings.
have a bunch of this.
Refill your pocket sand.
My pocket sand's good. It's good.
It's real good.
I'm glad it's not depleted, because pocket sand.
Best
Yeah,
pocket
that's just
sand.
then that's just
I see the
pocket.
security guard's eyes. I have to do something to his
Do
eyes.
nothing to his eyes. Leave the eyes alone.
Are you leaving? I don't know, like your backpack or something unattended?
Me?
Yeah, no, not for anything weird or anything like that.
If she's asking, it's
weird.
always weird.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would.
I imagine.
I don't
it is,
imagine
but-
I would intentionally leave it somewhere, but I also don't imagine I'd be like
Are you just gonna sneak out?
keeping super duper close watch on it or
What
Sorry
is
for the
it?
scale.
That's what I thought.
Are
She's
you
probably
returning
put
my
that-
I was
scale?
gonna give you a note.
A note.
A note?
Yes.
Three.
Sneak a note into my backpack.
There you go.
Sure.
So, backstory time. I feel really sad because I heard them call you a monster, and I know what that feels like, and so I wrote you a nice note, and I
Okay.
return your scale.
Gotcha. So is the scale
Right
like
where
in
she
the
found
note?
No, it's like in it. I just like on top of it.
Okay.
What does the Chapel of the Green
Hey,
look like?
this is a note to you.
It's just sort of a it's got a circle of
read it in
trees
character.
around it, and as you approach, it's just sort of an open Have you ever seen one of those gazebos that is basically it's like a marble circle with a stair step all the way around, and then there's columns all the way around,
Yeah.
and then in the center is an altar, and it's
Yeah.
a domed top. That's what it looks like.
That's really cool.
There you go.
Is anyone...
You probably figured out that process.
Currently, there's no one there.
He wouldn't say it. He's
Because
I
they're
would have just told him.
helping grow
Yeah,
crops.
they're probably doing a tour of the farmlands, especially since it's the winter. They're probably doing a tour of the farmlands, trying to grow what little they can. It's not the growing season, but they can sometimes force it, and they need to in a harsh winter like this.
I would like to give my offerings of plants to the altar and then walk away.
All right, cool. Are you watching me?
No. Well, I mean, actually, I
It
think
up.
I'm really awkward, and I don't know how human interaction works because I'm a mortician.
Good thing
Yeah.
there's humans
This
here.
is draconian.
Good thing I'm not a human.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll be
None
like
of us are human.
Not a
awkwardly
one.
like
Not a single one of us.
standing close by so I can see. Then anytime you look over, I'm like,
I'm saying, like, do you watch me read it or whatever? Do you see me do
Yeah.
like? Okay, so whenever I read it, you kind of like see me smile a little
Single
bit
tear.
sadly, and I
Single.
I keep it and put it in like a little pouch thing.
all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, no one gets to know. Haha! It'll come up eventually.
Yeah.
Maybe.
If you like say something that's too close to the wording, and he'll be like, "That was you."
Yeah, I stole your scale.
I think I probably figure it out.
That's
But
Because like I probably would have just told him. He wouldn't say something sweet. He's a dummy, and it's probably written eloquently.
it is pretty eloquent.
I am going.
Could have been the princess.
I don't think it was
been
the princess.
Probably
Probably
not.
not.
I don't think the princess would sneak it into my bag.
And no one else here likes him, so
Fair.
I'm gonna make it to
It was
the
the guy on the
river
street.
before everyone.
Okay.
it's just
I'm
really
gonna
sarcastic.
just plop Sorry, I down. was
mean to you.
Okay.
You're
I just
really
picking grass
great.
until they get me.
All right. Eventually, a shadow falls over you, and looking up, you see a woman standing next to a larger man. And the man has sort of very, very dark brown, almost black hair, and he has a braided beard and a single braid, and his head is shaved. And the woman, she also has dark hair. She's raven haired, and she is fairly slender and is wearing leather armor with a tunic over it, that is sort of like, it's not like a closed on the front tunic. It's open on the front, but it's belted. And as the shadow falls over you, you hear her say, "Well, well. He wasn't kidding.
Who wasn't?
King Amil.
What about her?
He said there's a very colourful group in town. Even a halfling."
Did she not notice
Excuse
I'm
me.
carrying an adamantine shield?
She probably knows it.
Okay. I say, well, colourful is the word I would put, I guess. Just waiting on my companions.
Yes, quite interesting companions you have too.
Is that a threat?
You may think whatever you wish. I am Evian. I will be accompanying you.
I don't like you.
Remember that's the
You
name
might
of the
stay
spy
alive.
that's coming with us.
I know.
Okay.
She says, "Good. Then you might stay alive."
Right. Okay.
Apologies for her rudeness. Halvor is my name.
Nice to meet you. You see, I like him. You not so much, but him. He's got a head on his shoulders.
He says, "I'm not happy about what we're doing, so you know.
How come?
I left that life. I don't want to go back."
We're not making you go back, sir. You don't have to assimilate back into the.
No, but if we fail, I might be stuck. He says, "But I owe the king a favor, and this is what he asked for. I'm a loyal man."
I lean into him and I say, "With me, you'll never fail." Meta wink, because I'm a halfling. You can never fail.
He kind of looks at you like, really?
I thought that was pretty good.
Just looking at you, you don't look like a threat to this guy.
I literally panned to the camera.
And this guy, he goes, well, let's hope you're right. And at that point, the rest of your friends are right.
About time.
I just want to say, you laughed at what Sam said, and then I laughed at you choking on the cookie, laughing at what Sam said.
That was the greatest not a compliment I've ever heard in my life. He just was like, "You have a head on your shoulders," is all he said.
You never heard that expression
I've
before?
heard that as
A good head.
No, you have a head on your shoulders.
You have a head on your
Also
shoulders.
a compliment.
Yeah, it's also
pretty
a compliment.
common. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why?
Well, because it's
Because
implied.
is the good implied?
Yeah.
But it's not stated. Maybe you have like a really lousy,
I
like
mean,
nappy head.
You have a
but it's
foot
like,
on
have
your
you ever heard the
shoulder.
phrase like you're losing, or he's lost his head. Or,
You have a book on your
he's not
shoulders.
using his
Why
head.
is it
That's
there?
the idea. It's the opposite of having lost your head or having
Yeah.
not using your head yet. Things like that.
You have a walrus on your shoulders.
Then
What
I'm
do they
just
all-
gonna on the board. Come on, get on the dinghy. Making sure everyone gets on.
And
The
yeah,
Jimmy thingy.
there's a couple others there too, so that you have enough room for everyone.
Cool. So basically, like Lord of the Rings, where we all have
Yeah,
one thing.
Exactly.
Then let's make off. We can't waste time. So
I think I am gonna slightly alter, having seen just how small I think this map is. Let's go ahead and make it. I had said a different pace, but let's go ahead and make it. Slow pace will be 1 hex. So hexes will be a little bit smaller. Slow pace will be 1 hex. Medium will be 2, and fast will be 3 instead of 3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
It'll be 1, 2, 3. So let's do that.
So if we do a medium pace, will we get exhausted?
No.
That's 2 in a day.
Yeah.
We're never gonna make it.
We're not gonna make it.
There's no chance. That's
We're not gonna make it.
That's like a week.
Yeah.
Well, and they said they didn't know when the next clan would
Yeah,
go.
but they thought
Yeah.
a few days.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
possible.
All right. Well, we'll do our
Let's
best.
make
If we
that
don't, we
6-day
just
journey
die,
then.
so-
All right.
Wait, if we run into an army coming this way, we'll go. Oh, it's too late.
All right, and we are going
Bounce.
by river, right?
Yes.
Yes.
All right.
So that's like less dangerous.
Oh yeah,
your
it's
rolls.
definitely less dangerous. You're still in an area of only 2 danger level anyway, and going by river. Although once you get to the
Okay,
hill,
you're
once you get
screwed.
to the hill, the danger level increases.
Okay.
But currently, it's only a danger level 1, so it has to be a 1 for there to be an encounter.
Currently.
Because we're on a
Because you're on a
river.
Or you should give them to Haley.
Hey,
because
why don't you
there'll
use
be a
these
lot of
dice?
encounters.
All right, here we go. Let's see. Let's see. All right. The first day, you're able to sail up the river, 2 hexes. And so Greg, if you'll keep track for us, we were just here, and so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 hexes along the river. 11 if you want to go there. So 11 hexes across the river, and then you can cross the hills.
Right. So we've gone 2.
You've just gone 2, and Evian, as you sail along, says, row along. She says, "We'll need to take a rest for the night."
Perfect. So steer off onto the bay.
And she
Watches.
starts making camp, and yeah, I'm assuming there's watches. So I'm just gonna assume that here. Let's make a list, and this will be for all travel. This is what we'll do. So first watch. Who would like that one? There are 4 watches that you need.
I'll take it.
Yeah, and I'll
Wow,
probably-
the people of
I'll
the
probably
dawn
take
don't
it.
want
So
to
you
take the
too?
last one.
All right.
See what I did there?
Yeah.
Sure.
So the first we have Thaddeus and Bartholomew.
I'll go with Oz. I don't really like him.
No one likes us.
All right, and are y'all second watch?
Except all of us, actually.
How many watches are there? 4?
It's the best out of all of us.
I'll take the
but
4th.
Esteem
You'll take the 4th,
sucks.
okay?
I think Barthoon likes this team. I think Barthoon is
Good.
just
I was
a
gonna say-
general
Very good
fan.
first impression.
We don't have enough to
Just
double up, homies.
Oh, you're
I can do the 3rd and 4th.
Yeah, because you're not.
Yeah, he doesn't sleep.
You're Darkhawk specifically.
Oh, so you'll just join me for the last. I'll join you for the last one.
Yeah.
Then. Okay.
Oh, I thought
then-
you were doing second and third because
I'm gonna do 3rd and 4th.
they were going
third and
together.
4th.
We're going together. So you do second and
You
third.
do second and third.
Gonna make me alright.
Do you guys want? How about you
I
guys
have to,
Oh, we
I have
do
to do
second?
the thing for
We'll
4
do
hours
second.
straight.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
we'll do second. You do third and fourth.
Beautiful.
There you go.
I can't split up my sleep.
Yeah.
Trance.
You people can.
Oz and
You don't understand. I have to sit here like this for 4 hours.
Yeah, it's creepy. That's why no one likes
It
it.
is really creepy. I bet you he
I
just
get
like
very
lays there with
cranky
his eyes
if
open.
my trance is interrupted.
All right.
My beauty
So,
trance.
Again, a level of exhaustion.
That night, your camp is made successfully. Evian sleeps aside from you guys. She sleeps in her own tent that she's got, and Halvor has he's just brought a bedroll and he sleeps under the stars.
I am constantly keeping an eye on that girl.
It's a little creepy.
The
You
next
should let her
day,
sleep in peace.
as you start to sail,
I don't like her.
I don't like her at all.
I don't like her.
Yeah. The next day, in fact, you start to sail, and then that evening, D100.
Oh, what?
Roll it, Haley. Let's see
Let's
what
see
happens.
what you get.
I don't know which one
That's
goes
12.
That's
Wow.
12.
Wow. It's the lowest D100 I've ever seen.
Okay, so on the
It's 102?
coast,
If you want to do it the other way.
Nope.
roll me 3d6.
Oh,
Interesting.
buddy.
3d6 flying Tarasques.
Hey, 12.
12.
I got 12 again.
All right. So just as you're getting ready to head up against the coast to make camp for the night, since it's evening here, you hear marching.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Roll me a perception check.
I think it's the army. So...
Can I use my
13.
spine class to
17.
assist me on that?
Sure.
Okay.
Nice.
17 for me.
Dude.
I got a 7.
Doesn't even matter.
Just curious, what'd you get with advantage?
All right.
Look, I rolled a net 9.
So you can hear orc voices
Crap.
Good.
coming from
That's what it did.
just beyond the tree line at the coast there, on the left side of the riverbank. So what do you want to do? Currently, you don't see them; you just hear them.
Not go that way.
What are they saying? Or is
Oh.
it just muffled?
There's so many of them talking; it's hard to tell. It just sounds like general orc conversation.
Could I a roundabout guess of how many feet? I
Roll me an
hear?
insight check.
Okay. 12 plus 2, 14.
You would guess between 10 and 20.
Okay.
Depending on what they are, that's not too bad.
That's quite a lot.
That is quite a lot. I
That is
would
quite a
like
lot.
to veer the ship to the other
Bank.
bank.
Evian does the same with hers, and Halvor does the same. Once you get over there, Evian says, "We should quickly hide the ships."
I agree.
Right.
I have some net. I don't know. Maybe we could like put leaves or something on
I use druidcraft, and
Oh, right, you make
the plants begin to like
Alright.
engulf the ship.
And she says, "Take cover now," and she hides.
I'm gonna hide also.
I will do the thing.
But yeah, I'm just
What's
gonna.
the thing? You have a thing?
The hide thing.
Yeah,
Oh.
I'm just gonna lay down
Hey.
and not move. Because if I move at all, it's just gonna be bad.
I'm
But
going-
I'm still in heavy armor, so I have disadvantage.
Maybe you roll a 13 instead.
As they
Yeah,
go,
that's a
as
two.
they go running
You
into the
wanna hear
forest,
it? Oh,
I snirk and go
Let me tell you what I get completely.
into a tree
All right.
and just stay there.
I got a 9.
Stereo.
Shoot.
All right. So coming across the or coming out of the tree line
Probably see me.
on the other bank,
It's plus your modifier.
you see a column of 12 orc grunts led by an orc footman.
Oh, okay.
And as they head out, the footman holds up a fist and he says, "Wait," in Orcish.
Mhm.
There's something here.
Oh, I just really want to go.
And they're on the opposite river.
Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah, on this side.
Hey, Benny.
I got a 20.
Oh. I'm gonna listen to what they're saying.
All right. He says, "Quiet. Fan out. Positions." And you see that they break into 3 groups of 4
We probably should have nuked them before they did
and
that.
start
maybe.
start searching the area on their side of the bank.
Oh.
And he's looking around, watching.
Our boats are really
And
well.
Thaddeus, you can see him staring right at you.
Don't do anything. Just chill. Just wait. Have faith.
I can do that last.
I'm sweating bullets.
You see him point to another guy, and he says, "Come here." And that guy and his 3 companions walk over, and he says, "Right there. What do you see?"
Nothing.
And that guy in Orcish. Do you speak Orcish, by the way?
Uh-huh.
Okay. And that guy in Orcish says, "Looks like steel."
Is there a boulder next to me?
Fairly.
Push it.
I'm gonna. This is
actually
my
obsidian.
action. I'm gonna step aside from basically showing him. I'm gonna grab the boulder and launch it right at him.
All right, everybody roll for initiative.
Oh boy, here we go.
I'm still hidden though, right?
Oh, okay, Thaddeus. I see.
Yeah,
you
I
can
had
roll dex checks when
What
it's
y'all
initiative.
know about a tree ant throwing some boulders?
Tree int.
I'm an awakened tree, technically.
Yeah. If you were a tree int, you'd be significantly
Oh, did you
scarier.
paint
Oh, buddy.
the awakened tree?
No,
No, that's
Colby
Trent the
did.
tree int
Yeah, Colby did.
from
Yeah, this
Super
is-
Dungeon.
This is basically what I look like. Have you ever played Super Dungeon?
He's
That's
got a
what it
big-
sounds
big
Oh,
like.
come
dumb
on,
face.
focus already. Wait for it. Wait for it.
I'm
Trent.
Money shots.
Oh
I
god.
threw a rock at him.
I threw a rock at the
Big That's probably the best line in anything in the animated series of Batman.
I don't know. There's a lot of good lines. I also love. I guess it's not an animated series, but I love in Crisis on Two Earths we both stared into the abyss. The difference is when it looked back, you blinked.
Yeah.
I think it's really funny. Like I was technically like covering you, and then I just move out of the way.
They're like, oh, it's a dwarf. Oh my god!
oh my god, a tree!
Can we move that dice trail?
Yeah.
I
Can
don't
we
need mine.
move L
Mine
cookies
are
somewhere
big enough,
else?
I don't make noise.
Gregory, do you want the
I
cookies?
mean, you can put them on Colby's chair.
All right.
That seems helpful.
Place yourselves on this side of the river.
Oh, we're all over there.
On which side?
On this side.
This side. Whichever, wherever you like.
Haley, help us out.
Where do you want to
Tree
be?
boy.
Well, you're by him.
Chassus isn't with us. So put Archer Lady elsewhere.
In the ground.
Wow, jeez.
These things are
She
indestructible.
can serve as your.
Where do you want to be?
Please
Uh,
don't
the
do it now. She
assassin
can
lady,
serve
right?
as your
Please
spy.
don't.
There you go.
I guess I'm right next to the tree because that's how we
Put me
just
over by
described
you.
things.
Well, I put you behind the tree.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, there we
Where
go.
do you
Oh,
want
I couldn't even
Over
see
by
me
you.
because
We'll
of
call
how
that
close
just
I
like
was.
Behind the two of you guys. Yeah, that's fine. Perfect.
Hello, Helver. Oh, he's
We're
the,
hidden.
He's the flame
That's
guy.
for sure.
Is he over here?
No, he's us. He's
He's on your
ours.
side.
He's ours.
He's on your side.
He's our buddy.
You can see this guy standing there.
Oh,
And
boy.
yeah, if you were hidden, put yourselves in a tree or something.
Okay. Put me in there with you guys then.
Well, if I am a
Alright,
tree.
alright.
You do
Alright.
alright?
We can keep the same formation.
Okay, 10-4.
On stealth, you did okay?
Mhm.
Even at disadvantage?
Could
Was I this bad?
You're in heavy armor.
could a large plant such as myself step over that river?
No.
Maybe.
I'm gonna post a picture of this on Instagram in a few seconds, so just chill.
I as well will do it on Twitter.
Big
boy, big kitty kit. By the way, if you're wondering how I became a tree, just go check out our Obsidian portal.
There's
Colby
so
has
much
made
stuff.
Colby has made this really cool subclass of druid called the Roots and Branch, where I can become plants instead of animals, like a moon druid, which is really cool. There's also that other one, like the blooming flower, where instead of like a land.
That one I didn't make.
Oh, you didn't make that?
No,
oh,
I
well, it's
stole
still
it.
cool
Sorry.
though.
All right, Osborne. Initiative.
Oh, sorry, 11.
All right, it's team.
20.
UI.
23.
Thaddeus.
14?
And Barthune.
20.
All right, nice.
Man, we were ready to go.
Nice. Oh, we're ready to go. All right. Osborne, you kicked it off. So what are you doing?
I step to the side. I reach my giant hand in onto this big boulder as my branches grow around it. I bring it up out of the ground and lob it right at that gentleman in front.
All right. Roll that attack roll.
Is that cocked or is that an 18?
Ah.
That's an 18.
Okay, 18 plus 5.
All right, 23.
23 to hit.
That'll
Yeah.
do.
What does a boulder do?
Well, it should be in the Awakened Tree.
You don't
stuff,
have
like,
Awakened
not-
Tree stuff?
No, I do have awakened tree stuff. I implemental
Oh, okay. I thought it had a boulder as one of its actually things.
Nope.
Okay. Well, in that case, we'll say it does 3d6.
Okay.
I was like,
That's
3d10?
basically
Oh,
a
that's
Waken Tree
giant.
attack. It's 3d6.
There you go. All right.
So 6 plus 5, 11.
11 bludgeoning damage?
Plus things.
Plus
strength
strength mod, yeah.
Oh, Strength Mark. I got it! It's on my phone.
I think an Awakened Tree has a strength of 18 or 19, so
Yeah.
it should be plus 4.
So plus 4.
Alright, cool.
So 15 damage.
Alright, cool. A boulder goes flying towards that guy, and he dives out of the way as it slams into him mid-air. He lands on the ground, skidding across the dirt and the snow, and he stands up and he says, "There! Burn down the tree!"
Whoa! Monster Man, you mean?
You gotta do.
Alright, Barthoon. Or, I'm sorry, UI. UI's up first.
Whoa, really?
Yeah. You got like a 23.
Yeah, you did have a 23.
Yeah, whatever. I am going to. I don't know if I should. I'm going to use longbow. I'm going to use a longbow.
All right.
I'm going to shoot someone over here.
This is someone.
Probably that guy.
Okay.
Oh, hopefully.
You have advantage, right? Because hidden.
She does shoot like UI though.
13.
A 13 will not do it.
Should have thrown an axe.
As your longbow arrow starts careening towards him, he sees it coming and he holds up his shield and he catches it on the shield and
Shoot him
starts
again.
running your
Yeah,
way.
whatever.
Shoot him again.
Yeah,
Oh
good
yeah, I
job.
have 2 attacks.
But this one's not an advantage.
Same.
Okay.
Oh.
Wow.
All right.
Barthoon.
So I am going to spring from the trees.
And
Haha!
by the way, this will be the movement. You have 6 inches is 30 feet, so each inch is 5 feet.
Hey, we're doing it Warhammer style.
Can I just move from here to there?
Yeah, you can
Is
get that. That's within 6 inches. I was just telling you
Nice.
when you need
Perfect.
to. Yeah.
And I'm going to shout at the orc guy is the one who's sitting on the tree, right?
Right.
The only one that's going to burn is you. And I'm going to breathe out. I'm going to cast Burning Hands.
All right.
But whenever I do this as my character, I'm going to flavor it as me
Right,
breathing
sure.
fire.
You can't
Why?
because it's a light cleric only thing. See.
Wait, why can't he?
Oh, yeah, because it's light cleric spell.
Can I have that?
It's a like. Oh.
Why don't you just use your
Instead
dragon
of
breath?
instead of revivify?
Yes.
Yeah. That works.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
Because my dragon breath is a line and does less. So now I have like 2 different flavors of
I like
breath
it.
to do.
No, that's fun.
So these guys are all going to do a
There you
dex.
Can I
That'll
have
show you
that?
what you can hit.
It'll be these 3 guys then.
All right.
Boom. See some deck saves.
DC
Where?
is
14, I think.
Can I have?
The main one got an 18. One got a 5, and one got an 18.
All right.
So-
Were you casting
So level 2.
Oh, okay.
That's gonna be 13 damage to the one that failed, and then I guess 6 to the other 2.
It does the job.
Can I get a lightning bolt line out of that?
Unfortunately,
Oh no!
Yeah, that's when we lost.
lightning bolt went missing one time when we were at Reaper, so I do not actually have lightning bolt anymore.
That's okay. Everything will
And
fit.
our fire,
Everything will
Yeah,
fit.
huh?
whatever
He's
that's
not
called
wrong.
is. Burning hands.
Oh, but there is one that's the length of lightning bolt. I think that
It's
is.
the ruler.
It's
Yeah.
the ruler. Yeah, just
Uh,
get the ruler.
Oh,
And then...
no.
No, it's one of those.
Gotcha.
All right.
Just do the thing.
the
Ah!
Steve, it is your turn.
It's actually
Well,
a little longer
good.
than that.
Yeah, lightning bolt's 90 feet, right?
It's 100 feet.
100 feet.
100.
I think that goes up to 90.
This goes up to 85.
Okay.
It says.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I,
So
Well, I mean,
it'll be
go-
within this
yeah,
though,
it'll go
because
an inch and a half.
I'm gonna
further, whatever.
jump out of the stuff. I imagine the water is difficult terrain.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna play a card then, called
Really?
Sure Step. You may ignore difficult terrain until the start of your next
Ah, I
turn.
like that one.
There you go.
Nice. So I will skid across the water through the bushes here, and just like so.
Oh, beautiful.
Boosh.
All right.
Getting the good lightning bolt down that way. Just gonna be 3rd level one on
And you can
this.
place
Are
it
you
right
gonna
there in the
make
middle
them
where it'll
all
hit
fail,
everyone.
Oh yeah. Do what?
You can make
Make
one of them.
One of them failed.
I
Yeah,
could,
you
but
might.
both my rolls were good this time, so
Right.
I don't want to do that.
Yeah, he gave me one.
Oh my word. All right. Well, I got okay. There's 6,
8 grinds.
11. It's got a 15, 21.
All right, Greg, keep track of this.
6,
What's your DC?
15.
All right, so I have 6,
31.
Oh, hold on, he's not ready.
10, 20, 14, 10, 16, 15, 5. And the leader got a 19.
Oh, come on.
So
And
three
your
of
DC
the grunts passed.
It was
and then
15.
One of the
15 was the DC. Okay, so that's 4 passes total, including your leader.
All right, cool.
And that's for 31 lightning damage.
Ooh, goodness.
All right.
Spicy.
You do more than me for sure.
So in that case, these
wizard knows
three
his
are
craft.
blown apart
These
by
three?
lightning.
Oh, the leader as well?
Yeah.
Wow.
The rest of them are not looking good. The
Not
lightning,
looking
the leader had 1 HP left.
Oh.
The lightning tears through orcs like a knife through butter.
Okay.
They are torn
Oh
asunder
my God,
by
I
this
didn't
lightning
get it.
bolt. Fire
I
erupts in
didn't
several
call it
of the trees right nearby.
Nice. Well, I will use the rest of my movement and my ability to run through that water, no problem, to get back where I was.
To get back over.
All right, Thaddeus.
I'm going to use my movement to take a running start and leap over the river. Because it's only, looks like 10 feet to me.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah. Even on here, it looks closer to 5.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Indeed.
I'd say so.
So, yeah. So I'm going to get to within range of those two gentlemen. And start swinging. Just going to swing out at the nearest one, just with a sidelong swipe just to the side of his head with with my spear. With an 18 to hit.
All right, yeah, you swing straight in. He turns to hold his shield up, but he can't quite get it in the way of your
Unfortunate. Oh.
weapon.
For
And
5
you
whole damage.
immediately plunge your spear straight through the center of his face, breaking through his nose and the cartilage there, and out the back of his head. Pulling it out. Anything else?
Yeah, the same motion. I'm going to attempt to, just with the haft of my spear, knock the other guy's shield out of the way
Alright.
and then just punch him in the head.
All right.
Remembering how effective that was against the 19 to hit.
And you got him. Maybe to kill or knock out?
No, I'm killing.
All right, and you turn around, you punch him in the face, and then plunge your spear down through his heart once he's on the ground. He's dead too.
I turn to the rest of the orcs, these who are not looking damaged and those that are looking pretty battered, and say, "Here's your chance to run."
All right.
No.
So
Murder them all.
As if we're going to
Osborne.
let them run.
That's me.
That's right.
I am. I can only
go.
move 20 feet, so get me across the river.
Sploosh.
it'll basically take all your movement to get
Yeah.
right there across. Yeah.
Whoop.
Yeah,
Right there.
because it's difficult terrain, right?
I'm going to point my finger at those orcs and go as I'll start charging towards them.
All right.
You ready in an action?
I'm gonna ready an action to wherever whoever gets within 10 feet of me is going to get clobbered.
Punch a fight.
Orc, whichever orc gets to within 10 feet of you.
We'll see.
The
man.
orcs start to break and flee. Are you pursuing?
Let him run.
All right. The orcs break and they flee.
Can I shoot one?
Yeah, you can hit one in the back of the arrow.
Little parting shot.
15.
All right. As it flies towards him, it flies over his shoulder and he continues to
I
run.
would,
Can I
That was their chance to run. You're gonna kill them.
Can we rewind 2 seconds and me add something to that cool flavor?
Okay.
As her arrow flies, I want to cast Sacred Flame on her arrow,
Okay.
adding to the damage. Is that okay?
Sure. It still doesn't
It
hit.
still missed.
Oh, okay. Then-
Well, there would have been 12.
Okay.
bonus
But you can
damage.
see a light erupt on the arrow and it passes by.
That orc is like, "Whoa!
That is a cool.
That was really
Yeah, the
close.
tree just goes.
That's a cool trick.
That probably would have hurt really bad if
Are they
tried.
scared? It's intimidation. And when I see it's gonna miss and he lights it on fire, I yell, "You better run!" But it's
Oh.
like really like not.
I tried.
At the end, as she sees them running, she says, "There might be more where that came from. Maybe here is not the best place to make camp."
That's fair.
That was great.
Well then, looks like we won't be getting much sleep tonight.
Crap.
Great.
Well, I mean, I can
Shut
still
up.
vote. There's lots of us. I don't need to take a watch. Just kidding. It's a joke.
She says, "We'll row in shifts." She climbs into one of the boats and she turns to Thaddeus and says, "Learn how to hide yourself."
Yeah.
And starts rowing.
I shake off the bark. It was a little bit my fault, but yeah, I think if you I'd better.
I blame the armor. You can see it like crackling with flame.
Oh. All right. So for the night, then we'll just continue. So that'll be another 2 hexes there, and
Okay.
then night will bring us another 2.
I am petting my pupper.
Alright. The rest of the night, you
He's
hear
having a
some
good
orc
time.
shouting from back the other direction as you continue on.
Don't go that way.
but,
There's an elf with lightning. It's
But
bad.
it sounds like they're staying in that general area. The night continues on, however, does go pretty lengthy, and it is taxing on your bodies. So I need everyone
Whatever.
to roll me a series of con
Series
saves.
of, he says.
Can I
I
short
need
rest
4 from each person.
while no
Finally.
one's looking?
You'll have to be rowing. It would slow the group down if you did.
Yes.
Gosh, I think I
Saves.
failed.
How many do we need to roll?
Oh, good. Okay.
The
What?
first is a DC 10.
Okay, we can make that.
Pass.
Passed.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
15.
Okay. The second
Oh,
is a
close.
DC 11.
Sorry.
Passed.
Never supposed to be rolling.
Pass.
Huh?
I got a nat 20.
Failed.
I'm gonna fail.
Pass.
wait, this
nice.
is a 10.
21.
If you
That's
fail,
why-
you'll take
wait,
1
that's
level
why
of
I failed.
exhaustion.
I'm good.
The third is a DC 12.
Yeah,
Come
I
on,
failed
boy.
that one.
Oh, that's a 1. Reroll.
That's also a 1.
I got a 2.
You rolled
Reroll.
first, though. Nice. Haha.
He's got multiple.
I've got multiple.
Yeah.
I'm gonna fail 1 and then pass.
Okay,
the
that was DC
I
The
failed
12.
the last
last
one.
is a DC 14.
I'm gonna go ahead and take 17 on that one.
I
So
failed.
will.
That's
Alright.
fair.
I'm gonna go ahead and cast Lesser Restoration on myself.
Okay.
I got it.
I failed 2.
I will also cast Lesser Restoration.
Yeah, I get tired, but then.
that doesn't work.
Yeah, it's greater
It's greater.
restoration.
That
Oh.
does
Oh,
not.
I thought it was lesser.
No.
Alright, well.
Sorry. That's the 5th level
Condition
variant.
afflicting it.
So
Yeah,
what is?
but
Is it
not
an exhaust a
level.
condition?
No.
No.
It's blinded, deafened, paralyzed, petrified.
The
What is-
condition can be blinded. I didn't read this further.
What is the level of exhaustion do?
The
Disadvantage.
first
Disadvantage
level
on
is
checks.
disadvantage on ability checks. The second is
Movement.
have move. The third is that you have disadvantage on attack rolls and saving throws. Fourth is that you.
I believe that one's speed is 0.
No, I think fifth is speed 0.
Oh, is that? Oh, I thought
And
5th
6
was
is
dead.
dead.
No, 6 is
6
dead.
is dead.
4th is have hit point maximum.
That's it.
That's
Fourth is
what
have
it
hit
is.
What
points.
am I gonna do with this 35 move speed? Who can live like this?
Oh,
Us.
darn.
All of
70
us.
Normally.
I don't. I was just making it.
Excuse me,
Oh,
I have 25, so.
Alright.
I have 25 now.
Welcome.
I'm on a ram.
Well, I'm assuming you're in a boat.
Oh yeah.
And so,
I have a ram.
after 4 hours,
He's
she
on a boat.
says,
The ram's just paddling.
that ought to be far enough. We can make camp here.
No, if you must.
We can continue if you like.
He's not much for sleep.
Could really do
You'll
without.
find out. Well,
I could really do without.
Mhm.
my kind quite.
To put it lightly.
My kind quite appreciates a good night's sleep.
And she's a human.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
We should rest here.
Sounds good.
Deal.
All right. And she sets up camp, and she that's gonna put it at Esteem's watch.
When do you
Very good. Well, then I will do so.
recover
I will
from a?
You get 1 level of exhaustion back at any long rest.
Which we're about to do.
Yeah.
Well, then we're good.
And she says,
If it's
shall we rest for 4 or for 8 hours?
8.
8.
we need the 8 to get a long rest, right?
Yeah. She says, very well. In that case, then it'll actually be Thaddeus and Barthune on watch.
That's fine.
All right,
So
and
we're sleeping?
roll me a d100.
So I get my.
You get your stuff.
At
not
the
yet.
end of the long rest.
Yeah,
We're not there
not
yet.
yet. You don't.
I'm still missing the level 3 slot. 67. 67.
What was that?
That's good. That's
Yeah.
good that it wasn't a 97.
This was a noise. What I made.
Maybe I should roll those always because I suck at rolling.
You hear the sounds of shouting kind of in the distance, downriver a bit, and if you, you don't. Thaddeus
Perception.
and Barthune do.
Yep.
Yeah, you're asleep.
21.
Oh, this is during.
It's
not during my.
I cannot
You
see that.
hear
I
the,
got an
the
18.
ping of a bowstring. You hear the clash of steel, and as you look down the river, you can see what looks like a keelboat, just like a trader's keelboat that was headed down the river, and it looks like it's fighting some sort of battle against someone in the night. It's fairly far away from you. It's only, not particularly far. It's about half a mile.
Okay, but it would take a little while to get
A
there.
little while.
My ram's got a 60-foot move speed. I can get there in not too long. It's pretty fast.
So if I wake everybody up, is that gonna interrupt long rest?
Not if it doesn't take longer than an hour.
You better not wake me up though. Wait.
He'll be right. He'll
So
be right
cranky.
cross.
So
I think.
I say I'm going. Do what you want, and I'm just gonna mount up and go.
Okay.
I'm just going down that way.
Okay.
yeah.
Ciao.
I'm going to.
Those mounts just dash it every
What's
turn.
your character's
It's
name?
a celestial. It can do that. I
Osborne.
don't care.
Osborne. I'm gonna wake up Osborne.
Okay.
I'm gonna have him take over the watch,
What?
and then I'm gonna go with you.
Okay.
How many feet is in a mile?
Oh, and I've got my horse.
5,280 or 60. Tell us in the comments.
Tell us in the
How
comments.
many feet are in a mile?
So it'll take 8.
It's 5,280.
Alright, it'll take 88
Thanks.
rounds to get there.
What?
How do y'all
I
know
said
that?
So that's
that or 2.
8.
50,
That's
60,
almost 10
can't
minutes. It's
remember.
about 9 minutes. And so, after about 9 minutes, you make it there. You'll go a little bit slower.
He's got my actual horse.
Oh,
Because that
Okay.
survived the orc thing. At least you didn't say it didn't. So
that's true.
How'd you get it from the pit?
we.
It only holds the lift only held medium.
Oh,
creatures.
that's
That's
right.
right.
Also, probably
And the
how
boat.
did the boat?
It's probably
yeah,
dead.
it's probably
probably
no
gone.
worse.
It's probably dead.
Sorry.
Also, how are you
Sorry,
transporting it on these boats that you're on now?
Well, I'm walking.
It's whatever. I got a celestial ram. It's
Portable
fine.
hole.
So,
Portable, very large.
by the time
Very
you
large.
arrive, the boat is just sort of floating aimlessly. There are a couple of dead bodies on board, definitely not killed with any precision, and it looks like the battle ended a little bit before you got here, maybe 5 or so minutes, and the assailants seem to have made off with a lot of the cargo. You hear.
I'm running over.
There's an older guy with sort of that Gibbs beard, and he's laying there and he goes, Oh, I didn't expect Yarbeard to try to attack the river.
I'm gonna go over and use some lay on hands to make sure he's not dying.
He says, Oh, I'm fine. You look like a knight. Who are you?
I'm Thaddeus Pult of Thrimakath.
A Thrym? All the way out here? A Thrym this far west and Yarbeard this far east? Oh, the world's turning itself upside down.
Been a strange night for you, I see.
Aye,
Are you well?
as well as I can be. I don't know if I don't think I'm seriously hurt.
That's good. I'm afraid it looks like you've lost quite a bit of your cargo.
Aye, and a bit of my crew. Only 4 men. Hired, but good enough, lads. That's a shame. It's a shame.
It is. Is there anything I can do?
Well, I don't know. I don't suppose you've got any fine mates. I was taking them up down the river from. I was hoping to get some to last port.
I'm afraid not. Basic travelling rations.
Well, I didn't expect you to. That's all right. You know, running food, it's a risk in this time of year that the Yarbeard will make you a target. I knew it was a risk. I knew it was.
Do you think you can make your way safely to the Hayfork from here with your reduced crew?
I'm sure I can. I don't have anything anyone be wanting at this point.
I suppose that's true.
My cargo's gone. You might as well turn around and go back.
Whatever you choose to do, best of luck to you. Help him up, if he's not already.
No,
If he's still just
I
kinda laying
help
there.
him up. He says, "Thank you. You're a good fella. I suppose you wouldn't be a man, whatever you are. A dwarf. What do you call a man dwarf?
A man, typically.
Well, then you're a good man.
Thank you, sir. You are as well.
Yeah, what a night. A dwarf, a Thrym, and Yarbeard.
When do I arrive?
And then you arrive.
That's what I was gonna.
Wow, guys, what's going
And he looks up and he says, Holy! It protect us.
He's with me.
Knight,
He's with
there's-
me. He's with me. Look at the holy symbol.
I am a friend.
I understand the Thrims are not quite your friends, but he's
I'll have a light
He's no
on my
monster of his
halberd as well, by the way.
not anymore.
Red God give me strength.
Mm-hmm.
Black God save me from death.
You're welcome.
Green God give me life.
Mm-hmm.
Preach.
Hey!
That's right.
White God heal your wounds.
Hallelujah.
White God heal your wounds, all that kind of stuff. I'm the one here that
You don't
White God
know
sent
much
me. Does
about
anyone-
White God, do ya?
The white god makes storms. It doesn't heal
Whatever.
wounds, you weirdo.
Do any of you require assistance?
He looks around, he sees that there's two dead guys, there's no sign of the other two guys, and he goes, oh, looks like they're a bit beyond assistance.
Sorry I arrived too late.
Well, that's alright. I wasn't particularly expecting a dragon man to swoop out of the sky and save me. So I suppose you arrived as early as you could have.
I feel that I'm not wanted.
No, it's not that. You're just not what I see every day. You're certainly new.
In what way?
In the sort of way where I've only ever heard that your people. I thought you were a myth.
I'm going to
I
go.
thought you were a myth. Like I just ended that, but I thought you were a myth.
Here's the truth. Here's the truth. This is the truth.
Well, here I am.
That was the chair. I said that was the chair.
Okay.
I can do it again.
Whatever.
Keep doing it again. It's
Do
the
the
chair.
chair.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Well, here I am, legend and all.
Right. Okay. Well, I'll be sailing on to Lastport now.
Bye.
Thank you.
From a mile away.
From a mile away.
She's just saying goodbye to someone in her sleep.
Every
like-
now and again, she just says goodbye just in
She
case
just
someone's
rolls over and
departing.
goes, goodbye.
No, it's said in that voice. I roll over in the middle of sleep and just go, bye!
Steve's don't interrupt me.
So he says it was a pleasure meeting the two of you, and I appreciate the aid. I'm sorry that I was startled by
Don't worry about it. It happens literally everywhere I
We
go.
call him
It's
elephant.
always a thing.
Right. Well, best of luck to you in whatever you're traveling.
Best of luck to you as well. Better, even.
Ooh, he one-upped you.
Well, better that he's happened. Because, you know.
Also,
He just-
how are
he
you
was just
talking
attacked.
to me?
He says, you're right, he did want to
You're right, strange voice from the sky.
And
That's in my head.
He starts sailing back down the river towards Lastport.
Go back, I guess.
I didn't really watch that. How he was. It's like keep watch. It's like.
Everyone's dead when we get back.
Alright.
You should have been on watch.
Yeah, the two of them are being strangled by assassin vines.
Oh,
What?
good. You were
For
caught
real?
asleep.
Just go
Is
speak.
is he sleep killing us?
Speak with
Catch
plants.
me
It's
sleeping.
okay. Go away now.
as they show back up,
You notice that Oz is
the
asleep.
odds asleep.
Just with a bunch of leaves over him.
That was exciting.
I'll think of something to do to him later.
What?
What? Oh.
What?
I tried to have him watch.
Ah.
Shouldn't have expected it.
Assigning responsibility to the halfling is a poor idea.
Evian drops out of a tree and she says,
What
"That's
the-
all right. I took care of it."
Appreciated.
Yeah, see? She doesn't
At
need
least,
help.
yeah. At
What
least
is
some of
this?
us.
Yeah,
Doting on the princess.
Hashtag
She's
C20 theater.
She's not
This
the
isn't the
princess.
princess.
She's the
Oh,
spy.
She's a
never
spy.
mind.
No.
The princess is
He's
back
safe
home,
at home, yeah.
like having a crumpet
In the
or
castle.
something.
I say this looking at Sam.
Osborne.
Who's Sam?
I say this looking at Osborne.
At least some of us are reliable.
I'm asleep, so.
I know, but that's why I say it.
All right. Well then, that's another morning, and you can settle.
Alright. Yay. Alright. Let's do that.
Go
then.
away, exhaustion, and
This
spell slots
will
come
probably
back.
be our last day, and we'll call it after this.
There you go.
So of course we're going to fight 70 dragons.
So as you break camp,
Sam.
D100.
Ah.
You did the last one.
Yeah, these portents.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, I like those.
What'd you
Yeah,
get?
2 and 9.
Oh, that's pretty good.
25.
Okay, cool. So as you start rowing, Evian says, "Shh, look." And flying through the air,
Excuse me?
you see what looks like a sparkly sort of
I want it.
tiny version of a dragon
Oh,
with,
I
a,
want
with a
it.
stinger. It is a dragon wasp, and you see it flying around. It's maybe this big, and she says, "Wizards of the Academy often use them as familiars."
Neat.
And it's flying around and it's chasing a couple sparrows that are flying overhead.
You have a puppy.
But I don't have that.
God.
Right. She throws the puppy into the water.
Could
You have to understand, the first time Haley ever played D&D, all she wanted was a pet,
So
and the
sad.
DM would not give it to her.
Yeah, and gave everyone else pets except me.
Yeah,
So now she's out for revenge.
Yeah,
And,
but-
okay.
but literally,
from everyone.
from the very first session I have ever played D&D with her, everything she has wanted was a pet because of that experience.
She's just.
You have one right now.
And I love
She's
him.
not playing D&D. She's
I
playing
haven't named him
Neopets
yet.
and dice.
I am.
This is like Tamagotchi
Okay,
for
this
her.
is better than Neopets. It's Nintendogs.
That game was actually really fun.
That
We're
was
just
a
gonna
fun
go out there. Okay.
I had it on the DS. Alright, so.
Wow.
Can I roll insight to see if the wasp is chasing these things like in a hostile way or
Probably,
what?
what's
More
the
than
name?
Or
likely.
if it's playing us.
13.
13? Yeah, it looks like it is kind of like hunting, but it seems almost like a kitten chasing a,
So it's like a playful kind of-
mouse. Yeah,
Okay.
it's definitely, you think that the dragon wasp, if it really wanted to, could catch up and kill it almost immediately.
Okay.
So it likes to play with its food.
Gotcha.
What a
Yeah,
jerk.
sure.
Adorable. What
I
are
would
you
like to
talking
use
about?
perception to see if there's a wizard to accompany this.
Alright, yeah, go ahead.
How does a 14 see creature?
You don't see any, and it looks like it's following natural behavior.
Okay.
Yeah, you see some old guy standing right below it going, controlling its actions.
So yeah, but it literally looks like just a wild dragon
That's
wasp.
cute.
Well, let's keep going then. I don't want to bother its day.
Alright, precious. It was pretty.
Yeah, it's very
Neat sight.
sparkly, and I love it, and I want it, but move on.
You didn't try to get
I
it.
thought about guiding bolts.
Well, they're kind of dangerous.
Just to watch the light die from Haley's
And
eyes.
you say you're not a monster.
Yeah, what was that?
I didn't
nice?
actually do it.
Speaking of
He said he hunts
monsters,
dragons.
roll a d100.
Alright.
Ooh.
He said he hunts other dragon dudes. That's a dragon bug.
Technically a dragon.
That's a
100.
And
How
one.
dare you?
Shut up.
That's
What?
100
Oh,
and
that's
one.
one.
That's
That's just one.
It's one on the dot.
Is it 1?
Yeah,
Yeah,
0
2
0.
zeros is
Yeah.
100.
Oh, then it's a
That's
literal
a
1.
one.
then.
Yeah, it's a
Wow.
Not a
Okay.
100.
Talking
That's
about
a
lowest on
lot
the D100.
less scary than 100.
Is a 100 super?
You'll find out.
Oh.
Yeah,
fail
the
thing.
higher the number,
Actually.
the worse
It
it
is.
for us.
Gotcha.
Yeah, for mine, I made it the higher numbers are dangerous.
Okay, gotcha. Well, then not a 100.
We got a 1.
A 1.
There's
The least dangerous.
There's a donut sitting on the floor. You eat the donut.
Nice.
Someone-
It's delicious.
It's very
It's
good.
made of spiders.
A very
Glaze.
cute.
Speaking of spiders,
No.
we'll just use this same encounter map. Roll 2d8.
A giant spider?
Not a giant.
Oh, just a giant spider. Excellent.
No,
10.
it's gonna be that spider that lives in the skull and has a really
10.
cute voice.
Oh yeah, what was his voice?
I know his voice. It's the tree voice, the tree prince voice. Your really high one.
Oh, it was this one.
Oh, God.
Yeah,
Oh,
that guy was
Lord have
fun. The guy
mercy.
from yeah, he was a neat guy. I like
Yeah,
him.
you also thought that sword was a fun voice.
This is
Oh,
this is a spear.
Shibli, yeah.
No,
Yeah.
my players love the spider. He was their best friend in Hidden Shrine of Tomo-chan.
Yeah.
He was their best friend.
Why am I floating in the middle of nowhere? Okay.
We got a boat.
Yeah, I'm assuming you're on a boat.
We're on a boat.
No, I meant like I was
And-
Take a good hard look.
maroon from.
All right. Everybody
Is
roll me
it by like
perception
size?
checks.
Oh boy.
And what was the result on that 2d8?
Ooh.
10.
Okay.
I rolled a
That rolled pretty good.
perception wisdom. It
Yes.
is 19
Cocked,
on
and
mine.
I'm gonna take the
19.
wing
That
and
looks
say
like
it's an 11.
yeah, it looked like it to me.
I rolled a 22.
I got a 5.
Yeah, 20 over here.
I wasn't looking.
I got a 13, so.
Good.
I
So I'd be rocking
I'm rowing the boat.
the perceptions. I'm very perceptive. Huh?
Alright, and roll me some initiatives now.
Oh boy.
Love it.
Oh wow, that's
I'll
not
take it
right.
though. I'll take
If
it.
anyone still has,
Osborne?
if
My initiative's
What?
so bad. 9.
did everyone get rid of their levels of exhaustion?
Yes.
15.
17.
No, she had 2.
I have two.
So you have disadvantage on this one.
Do I?
Wait, I have disadvantage apparently. Oh.
Oh, yikes.
Yeah, skip me for a second.
Okay. Bartholomew.
20.
Nice. Thaddeus?
16.
This is.
Yeah.
initiative.
It's just plus dex.
Yeah,
You what?
I got a big dex. 6.
What about your dinghy?
We already decided we had little
She's
thingy.
flashing her dice. She's got a big dex.
Look how red she is. She's as red as the notebook. She's actually the color of that
It was an accident.
Like your shirt has melted into your face. Pigment.
You know what, Haley, you may have a big dex, but it's not all about size. Sometimes it's about how you roll.
And she rolls very poorly.
Apparently.
This is a 2.
It's not the size of the dex, it's the result of the initiative check.
Alright, so what was the highest perception roll?
I had 22.
Alright, so you're
Wow.
all surprised.
Nice.
Son of
Nice.
a-
Really?
Nice.
Yeah, it's real. That's
Sneaky
Alright.
spider.
Is it enough? Oh, it's spiders. That's right.
Joy spoilers.
Man, Haley and her dex.
That was funny.
That's gonna be my quote of the night. I have a
Yeah.
small dex.
No, I,
No, it's
Shit,
not.
I
She's
have
got a
I
really
have
big
big
dex.
I have a really big dex.
Yeah.
Those don't look like spiders.
Hello there. Are you a spider?
Spider.
Why do you have 2 legs and a crossbow? That's the strangest spider I've ever. My intelligence is
Unfortunately-
4.
Practically no one makes good medium-sized spider minis.
yeah.
So
They're just medium
So
spiders?
they are
Someone get
giant
on
wolf spiders
Oh, okay.
that leap
Like poor old wolf
from the trees. Oh,
that you fed to a wyvern.
it's true.
Unfortunate.
You idiots.
The wolf spiders leap from the trees. They have a
Exactly.
movement speed of 40 feet.
buckets.
Okay.
So I think they
They're-
can all
they're-
just
they're
move
coming
and get
in
into
to
the
it.
nearest thing. All of them move to the nearest person.
I thought I could tame it.
Mm-hmm.
I thought I could.
It was tamed, just not by,
By
you.
you.
Just not by me.
Alright, how many are in Oz?
Uh,
2? Alright, Oz.
Yeah, on
Wow.
our charges here.
I don't care about them.
So as they leap in, the first
I
crits
care
you
about
with
them.
its bite,
Oh boy.
Wonderful.
dealing 7 damage.
Okay.
That's piercing damage.
Mm-hmm.
I need to make a con save.
Is it poison?
It is.
Nice. Con save. Oh.
You got advantage on those because it's
Uh-oh.
poison, I think. Or do
I
you just
don't
have
think so.
resistance to
It's
damage?
just resistance to damage.
Oh, because it's a druid thing, not a.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were the other kind of half.
No.
My bad.
Nope. I rolled a 5.
Okay, so you're going to take 7 poison damage, so really you'll take 3.
Okay.
Alright, the second one that leaps at you got an 11 to hit.
Mhm.
How many are on Thaddeus?
Just well, I guess 2. I'll take the one that's on Bartholomew.
No.
No, there's one on Bartholomew.
Yeah.
So,
you get one.
it's a 12.
He gets one.
It's-
he gets
no.
one. I get
I got 2. He gets 1. Ivan
and,
gets 1.
and I think when it attempts to attack me, I can use my reaction to. No, because it has to hit me to take the fire damage. Never mind.
Oh, okay. Barthoon,
Yep.
the one on you deals a 21 to hit.
Yep.
So it leaps at you. The spider basically tries to tackle you off of the boat, doing
Goodness.
4 piercing damage and roll a con save.
I pass.
Then you will take an astounding 1 poison damage.
No! How much piercing did you say? I'm sorry?
I think like 7.
Yeah.
Alright, there's 1 on Esteem, it looks like.
Yes, there is.
Yeah, we fought about it.
Alright,
He
Esteem,
won.
1 leaps at you, and as it comes in, you see it at the last moment duck down, and the spider jumps over, landing on the opposite bank of the river.
Mechanically?
Yeah.
Nice.
There are 2,
Nice.
it looks like, on UI.
Oh, yeah, there are.
Alright, a 21 and a 7. So the one that hits you, one of them leaps past you, the other one leaps out, and it's going to deal 7 piercing damage and roll a con save.
So cute.
Ooh, wow.
Ooh,
Big kitty.
21.
Alright, so you will take 4 poison damage.
So 7 and 4?
Right.
11.
And then the ones that leap at them, you see 2 leap in and land on top of Halvor, and he goes, "Oh, these Accursed things! And you see her draw out a short sword and hold it in both hands. And she's standing waiting for the other one that jumps at her. And she plunges it up as it leaps over and slices through its gut.
Oh, okay.
And
Wow.
it
So
is
that's-
split open.
There's one that's
She just
deep.
Legolas
She just-
that.
And that puts us at Barthoon.
I need a 15-foot radius thing.
Oh,
Radius.
okay.
Oh,
You're
boy.
just throwing it out
Of
now.
course.
That looks like these guys.
I would imagine.
Easy.
They're all but
Here you
two
go.
of them. Yep.
Oh yeah.
All but two of them. Yep.
Wisdom
So
saves?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yep.
Wisdom
Go ahead and
saves.
roll that damage.
And it's D8.
3d8, indeed, sir.
Can I have D8?
Here.
One pass.
Oh.
Damage is not great. 8.
Wow, it really was not
wow,
great at
that's,
all.
that's
Really?
very
That was
not
very
great.
There's a
Beautiful.
1, a 2, and a 5.
That's mine.
Oh, that's right. I need to get more dice.
I'm the other guy.
I need to get more dice and dice that are
You
not.
should just buy a pound of dice.
Check out Dice Dungeons.
Dice
Should
damage.
check out DiceDungeons.com.
10%
you're
off
all
that
set
link
dice.
just below.
All right, yeah, 10% off in the link. Just make sure
Esteem.
you know that.
That's me. I am going to get out
Hi,
of
Beast Boy.
Dodge.
Nice to meet you.
I'm gonna try out this new cloak I got,
I need that.
and poop over here.
Where they started.
Just right there
Alright.
in the
Oh,
bushes.
The rest of you
Really
smell
deep.
brimstone when he
Whoosh, yeah.
experience
Oh, excuse me.
It was the chair.
That's me. Okay, that's action.
Thaddeus.
It was a chair.
Sorry.
That's
I'm just at the one that tried to
Dang it,
bite
Greg.
me as it jumped up, and I just caught it on my shield, and I'm going to try to just smash it down on the deck with a 13 to hit.
13 will hit.
Oh, okay. Well, for 10 damage.
Alright, and you smash it against the deck. Spider guts splattering
So that
against the
one's
boat.
dead, and then I'm gonna swing over towards one of the ones on the one that crit him. I can reach them, right? Because they're all
Sure.
they're all within. Yeah. So whichever one that was, and then I just reach out to just skewer it through its face.
And you do so.
I hit him.
Alright, you skewer it straight
Okay,
through.
right through its face.
Alright.
Hey, cool.
And that puts us at their turn. They need to all make wisdom saves, but go ahead and roll that damage before they do.
You know it. That's
There we
better
go.
this time.
Is it at least 6?
It's
Uh-huh.
14.
So it's 7 if they pass.
So, all of the spiders within the range of the Spirit Guardians are torn apart by the Spectral Knights.
Well, I was gonna do fun stuff, but
But you
never
don't
mind.
need to. They're only little fellas.
Alright. The two that are not in range are right on top of Halvor. And Halvor hefts a battle axe and cleaves into one, then whips around and cuts the other one's legs off, then kicking it into the water. He looks over and he says, I hate spiders.
Sam.
Hate them.
Sam.
A man after my own heart.
Yeah.
Ugh. Well, suppose we'll keep sailing then. And he sits back down and grabs his oars.
Oh, that was it.
That was it.
Oh,
They're all dead?
That was
These two?
Yeah, he killed him.
you killed
I
them both.
actually did
all right.
nothing.
Well, I will
Yeah.
run to catch up then.
I
Oh,
would get back on the boat.
it was
Spirit
going to be very cool
Guardians.
if I got to do that.
What were you gonna do?
I was just gonna lightning bolt.
Just a little
Oh,
slick
what
lightning
else?
bolt.
I thought they had more power.
Well, it's only a 5 foot.
Yeah, I
He's just
could
gonna
make it
singe one side of him.
Okay.
Well, you continue sailing on
It's
until
going to be very
evening,
cool.
and you make camp. As you're taking watch in the right about midnight. Roll me.
200?
This has been an eventful day.
It really
Roll me
has.
No
200.
kidding.
All right, we're going with the bone dice.
This will be Oz and UI on watch.
32.
Hey.
32.
I did not make that face.
Roll me 2d4.
I will, sir. 3.
In the middle of the night, Oz and UI, as you're on watch, what are you doing?
I am training my pupper.
Right, the pupper is incredibly tired and it wants to go to bed. As you're training it, it's just sort of lazily running towards you and going.
He's been napping in my pouch all day. I'm just saying.
Oh, he hadn't been napping.
Okay.
There were
You should
spiders.
You should probably
fair.
check the
The
pouch.
pupper's chewing on a spider leg.
You should check it.
I take him on walks regularly.
Right
On the water?
What was that?
Right.
While we're sailing
What?
Yes.
in our dinghies.
And while the spiders were happening, since I did nothing, I was taking him on a little pee break.
In those 6
I'm
seconds.
making vegetable soup for when they wake up.
Alright.
You guys are terrible watchers.
I'm
I'm
making
not
food
watching.
for you guys.
I'm
You're
not
just
He's
watching.
got like a long-handled
I'm-
spoon.
Yeah.
He's just watching.
So as you're making soup, you hold up like you've got just what kind of soup is it?
It's probably gonna be like sprouts, maybe a bit of okra. I don't know.
All right, that's good. Yeah,
Yeah.
the thickener.
As you hold up an okra, you hear blip, and it's yanked out of your hand by something, and you turn around and behind you is a giant frog.
It's a Froggo.
It's about the size of you.
Whoa!
Oh!
Do I
And he
notice
goes-
this? I mean, I'm there. Can I touch it? Oh my god, I touch it.
Go away!
Roll an intimidation check. Animal handling.
Huh?
Animal handling or intimidation?
I'm good at both of them.
I'm over here, man. You guys seen that act?
So good.
17.
Ooh.
Back! Back, I
It
say!
hops one step back,
Leave!
and it blows up its chest. Roll me another one.
Puff up. They hate that.
7.
Oh, okay.
And another one hops out of the,
Oh my
the tree
God.
line.
Are they standing right next to each other?
There, and yeah, now you hear them.
Oh,
Are they-
can I
are
run
they-
towards
This other one's a
them.
little farther away. You
Are
run
they
towards
within
them.
Not really. No.
I'm gonna stop her with my staff. Are they within 5 feet of each other?
No.
Okay, well, I'm gonna call lightning on the one in front of me.
Oh my god! You know what happens to food when it's struck by lightning?
I wanted to pet
So make a
it.
dex save.
Did you know there was actually a story behind that? There was supposed to be a running gag where she would say, you know what happens to this when it gets struck by lightning? This. And then
Oh,
at
and
the
then
end,
just-
but they cut all of
Oh,
the jokes
see, that
leading
would have
up,
made
so
it
it
funny.
ruined the running joke.
Instead, it's just a really garbage
Yeah.
line at the end
So
of
then
a
you make
pretty
dex saves?
stupid
Yeah,
movie.
14. Just one of them, apparently, because they're not
Oh,
next to
well, the one failed.
Okay, well, he takes 14 lightning damage.
Ooh. Let me look.
Is he dead?
I think he might be.
My eyes just turn like storm white, and
Oh, no, he's not dead.
Oh.
what?
Oh, boy.
He's blasted and
Don't they
blown
have
back.
like 44 health?
What?
I'm metagaming here, but don't they have like?
39.
Yeah, it's a lot.
You need 3 of those.
Okay, well,
More than
It's blown back, and it sort of hops to its feet. Roll me an intimidation check.
I'm fairly certain that would have woke up everybody.
It did. That
Yeah.
definitely will.
That's a nat 20.
A nat 20.
I'm very sad.
All right.
I want to defriend these frogs.
Oh my
I wake
god,
up swinging
Haley.
my shield that I sleep with it on. Can't sleep in my armor, but, you know, sleep with the shield on.
2 more hop out of the woods. That one's looking pretty scared,
So there's 4.
but there's now 4 total, and they are not looking pleased that you've attacked them. That one hops 1 step forward, goes, and it shoots out its tongue at you. Everybody roll for initiative.
Okay.
I thought that was gonna be our last fight.
Crit.
This is the last day.
Last
19.
day.
Estine,
Oh god, 3.
3.
Slow start.
Osborne,
13. I have the trashiest
Still disadvantage.
16.
initiative.
Oh, just kidding. I'm a
Oh, wait.
disadvantage. Ooh,
Ooh.
still 16.
okay. Thaddeus,
19. Got a crit.
nice.
It's the best I can
16. I
do.
had a crit fail.
All right.
You wanna...
So,
I've
yeah,
rerolls
that's what
for
this,
days.
that's
Three
what
every
Thaddeus.
turn.
It's like 3 frogs.
And my lucky charm gives me 2.
The other gets 1. Where are they?
I'm just
Okay,
keeping mine.
they're just around.
Yeah.
I'm just running up to that one that looks singed because I figured if we can kill one that makes a pretty good lasting first
Yeah,
impression.
and
So-
you will probably have to dash because you have to use half your move to stand up.
Oh, you're right.
But you
Yeah.
can get over there if you dash.
Well, in that case, as I'm on the way over, I'll just move, and then as I'm going, I'll just fling a javelin.
yeah, you just
at
grab one off
Yeah.
off the ground.
it. Hey, can I use that thing? Because that was an immediate crit fail. There we go. So that's a 19
That'll hit.
for 9 damage.
All right.
And I can't smite it because it's a ranged attack.
All
Never
right. That puts us at Barthun.
One of the
mind. Keep going.
frogs that he did not. I'm gonna like stand up, walk outside my tent, see these things, and I kind
solve
of
this
notice
situation.
which one he hit with
Yeah.
lightning or whatever. I'm gonna aim a guiding bolt at one of the ones that he did not
Okay,
hit with
cool.
lightning. That's going to be
Wow. Wow.
It's pretty not great.
You suck at those.
I'm not the best guiding bolt. 14 to hit.
That'll hit.
Fantastic. 9 damage.
Okay.
Off of 4d6.
Alright.
And then
Alright.
the next
a
attack
bolt
is
of
advantage.
searing light goes streaking towards the frog, and it just explodes with a flash of light around it as it's just glowing with this holy fire.
Perfect.
That puts us then at Osborne.
Make a dex save again.
Alright.
Oh, right.
Are you like inside the thing?
It got a 20.
No. You
Well,
still
it
take
still
half?
takes half.
Ooh!
Wow.
My word.
That's 27.
Wow, so it takes 13 anyway.
Alright. Again, it's blown back away from you, and immediately it hops up and leaps towards you. It leaps 20 feet towards you.
Boing.
And opening its mouth as it does so, it gets an 18 to hit.
Hit.
Yeah.
Alright. And it chomps down on you for 11 piercing damage?
11 nom damage.
Yeah,
No,
11,
no,
yeah.
no.
Oh, I'm sorry.
11
it was
Vietnam
half and
damage?
half here. Oh, no, it was... Alright, it was 7 piercing damage and 4 poison damage.
Ah.
And you're grappled,
So you take 9.
as well as restrained.
Wow.
Did it eat him or just
No,
it just
just
has
grappled and
now?
restrained. Yeah, and it's
Ow.
holding on. You can see it's now holding on to Oz, and Oz is like, his head's like inside of his legs sticking out, and he's writhing. And you can hear...
Nice. Well, that concentration
really
check.
good.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Alright.
That was very
I gotta make
The
a
scary.
con
one
save.
you're running towards,
We
Thaddeus,
fine.
leaps towards you.
Okay, my AC is 11 currently because I have my shield
got a
on, but
16.
no armor. Yeah.
And that's going to be 4 piercing damage.
Okay.
And I just realized I used that. And, 8 poison damage.
Okay. So 4 and 4.
And you are grappled and restrained.
All right.
It's a different one. It's a different one. Barthune, one comes leaping towards you. The one
Great.
that you hit, it has to use its dash action to even get to you.
Gotcha.
And UI, you were running towards them
Be a
before, so
big
one
bloody
leaps
frog.
towards you, and it got a 14 to hit.
Miss.
So
I'm
as it
alive
leaps
for
towards you,
four.
its mouth agape, you step out of the way, and it lands on the and just next to you, kind of skidding across the ground, and it turns around and goes, rut, 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 and it starts hopping back towards you, and that puts us at a steam.
Okay, well
Did
I
get
will.
skipped? What'd you roll for initiative?
No, you didn't get skipped. You're next.
Take that.
She's after me. I got a
That's
3.
what this says. What did
Yeah,
you do?
I got a 16.
I don't know why I put you down there.
I got skipped in the last fight.
I may have accidentally put
Never mind, I
6 in there.
And then somehow that's less than 3.
So, yeah, go ahead. And I'm just going to say you're after Barthune.
Basically, he hates you.
Yeah, see, should have
I
been
do
before you got
flowers.
eaten. I would have
Go ahead.
solved that problem. So I run out, outstretched, arms outstretched to the Froggo because I really want to touch it,
Oh my
give it a
God.
little hug. Because my personality is so not fun to be around, hour of repeating happens,
You're-
and as an action, any of the Froggos within 30 feet of me have to make a whiz
All of
save
them.
or be afraid of me.
I love
Wow.
it.
But
Um,
I'm like, I love
What's
you!
the DC?
I gotta tell
oh
you,
yeah,
Haley.
what is my DC?
I don't think
What is-
Hour
what do
of
I
Reaping
get?
Probably
is
your
party
wisdom.
friendly.
So it's
Oh.
probably 8 plus wisdom.
I think
so
it's everybody.
13, probably.
Sure.
It's probably 13.
All of them failed.
Let me check real quick.
All right, is that it for you?
Well, yeah, I'm specifically running towards the one that has him in
Okay.
his mouth.
So you're right next to that one now.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
So they have to not move towards me.
So all of you need to make wisdom saves as well.
We do.
Yeah.
I can't
Okay.
see her.
That's
I
true.
am
So
not
you don't
afraid.
have to.
I am not afraid.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to roll for it. I might be afraid.
I have seen your mind. You are
You
terrible.
can't move towards me, so you
So
can still use
yeah,
magic.
so that's a 5.
Yeah, you're terrified of what she's about to do.
So
I am gonna love these frogs.
I will attempt to resume my trance.
All right.
You just see that and
Well, it's your turn. So is that what you're doing?
Yep.
All right.
Shut it down.
That is.
Oh, man. I'm grabbing my my spear now that I'm just stabbing around, the frog's mouth
Alright.
to try to get it in the back.
Disadvantage.
At disadvantage. At disadvantage, 11?
That's what you needed.
Oh, okay, cool. In that case, 10 damage, sir.
All right, nice. So taking your spear, you drive it into the frog's back. The frog goes, whoop, whoop, but it still holds on and clamps down a little bit tighter.
Get off! Oh, better than that. So
Okay.
I got him for another 6 damage.
All right, nice. So,
So
so you
alive.
stab it again and again, but this frog has a very
I'm
tough
smiting
hide.
it.
All right.
I'm
It's a fiend. It's not.
I'm second level smiting it. I want it off of me.
Second level.
Yeah, it's did 19 damage.
19 damage. It, as it burns, you can like see within the frog's the mouth just this glow as your spear's plunging into its mouth through like the side up into its upper mouth, and it's bright now inside. But as you yank it out, the frog's still holding on.
Oh my god.
All right, Barthune.
Are these guys in a
I hate this frog.
cone
This is the
of any
worst frog.
kind?
Two of them are.
Two of them are. I think I'm gonna breathe fire on them with
Alright.
burning hands, and I think I'm gonna upgrade it to a level
I'm gonna
3
whistle for my mount to
or
come
level
over here
2.
and help me
Yeah,
out.
I'll do level 2. So
Would that also catch whoever's in the mouth?
It would. One of those is the one grappling.
Hit me.
he's fine.
I'm good.
I'm gonna upgrade this to a level
hit me,
2.
hit me.
So they're gonna make dex saves.
All right.
I don't even give a darn.
You're restrained. Does that make a
Yeah,
difference?
you.
Oh, I
automatically
auto-fail.
So we got a.
I give a
17
little
and
bit of a
9.
darn.
That's gonna be 14 damage, and they.
All right.
You said 17.
17 and 9.
The 17 passes. The 9 fails.
All right. So the one that's on you bursts into flames and is incinerated. You feel yourself burning as you roll out of its mouth.
That's right. Good hit. I'm just gonna get ready. Kill something else.
All right.
Hate that.
The one
frog.
that failed took, or that passed took half damage.
Okay. You are?
So I am going to try and be as delicate as possible in like opening the frog's mouth, but I'm not very good at this. So I'm like clawing, like punching. And,
Which
like,
one is this?
The one that has,
okay.
Yeah. So I'm trying to be like, it's okay, so good, but like in reality, I'm like punching it in the face.
You and Manbreaker would be buds, I think.
Oh, I got
that's
a crit.
crit and a crit fail.
Yeah, I
Look
got
at
a crit and crit fail. You wanna
Oh, crit and crit?
No,
but probably hit.
That would have been
So
11
let's
hits, so.
let's do that. So that was that one hit. For
Wake up.
8 damage.
All right. And as you start to pry its mouth open,
5
you
on the other one.
pull and it chomps down on you, and instinctively you punch it right in the face, and it tumbles backwards onto the ground, splayed against the muddy bank.
I am
You
very
killed it?
sad. I'm very sad.
No, did she kill it?
Yeah.
Oh, I was gonna get in the mouth and turn into an awakened tree.
Wow.
Do the next one.
Seeing that it is,
I'll let you voluntarily as an
I
action
will
into
jump.
one's mouth. Yeah.
seeing that it dies,
And then bonus
when I
action
try to
tree.
punch it in the face
Alright.
on accident, I just sort of like get teary-eyed, and I'm like, I didn't mean to do that.
Yeah, so she's Manbreaker. That would be buds.
All right. So Osborne.
I clean myself off of that one and go, well, that was fun. I guess I'll do it again. I run over and I just literally like into a mouth.
And it goes, what? And it catches you with its tongue and yanks you in.
Bonus action. Awakened tree.
You turn into the tree. The tree is large. Is that correct?
Large plant.
All right. Roll me 2d6.
In its mouth. Whoa, 11 damage.
All right. So it starts going. One. Like erupts
Like
out
like
of
the
it.
beanstalk in Pagemaster.
Yeah,
the
yeah,
Dragon's
kind
Mouth.
of, and the frog kind of leaps back, and so now there's a tree right next to the frog.
And I crit it,
What are you doing?
hitting
I
it.
think you
already
already
used your action to jump in.
That's an action to
Yeah,
jump.
that's
he
what I
said.
said.
That's what he said.
Ah,
you wasted
I
that.
was like-
Willfully use an action.
Oh, that's sad. All right, that one then is going to try to bite onto the tree. It doesn't want its meal to get away, and it got an 18
Yes.
Hit a tree.
for 11 piercing damage on the
I
tree,
could honestly care less.
and the tree needs to make a con save.
Oh,
Come on, tree.
poison?
It was just one.
I'm immune to poison.
Oh, okay,
Good now.
Okay.
As a tree.
You
As an
tree.
awakened tree, yeah.
The other one, seeing several of its little group here already killed, starts hopping away.
Oh, you don't even have to.
It's
Oh,
the
I'm
big
not
hunter.
letting this one go.
I'm no longer freaked out
Yeah,
by her thing.
it's just
So,
one
but I'm
round.
gonna
Oh,
keep trying to shut
Alright.
her down.
You're
That
no
is
longer like, Just keep concentrating.
I
There's
meant-
another one within easy reach of me.
That's what I
I'm gonna go
wanted to
hit
do.
that
Yeah,
one
that
because I
doesn't
don't like these. Decided that ace is just not a fan. I'm hitting it twice.
I don't think I noticed.
With the I'm not
I was
restrained,
inside the
so that's good.
sleeping.
A 9 is the lower of the two because
That will not hit.
If only you'd been a 1. But 1 is gonna hit, and that will be 7 damage.
All right. As you stab into it, you draw your spear back out to go for another blow, and then a crossbow bolt fires straight through its eye, and it drops. And Evian, who is sitting just on a stump next to where you had made your campfire for dinner the night
Couldn't
before,
have been here earlier.
she looks up and she says, "We had to fight the frogs."
I looked at her and I said,
I don't speak
I know.
frog.
It was very like, why? The frogs just wanted. They were just living their life in the forest, and we came up and we scared
Do
them.
you see how small this one is? He was about to be eaten.
You're staring at a giant tree.
Do you see
I know
how
what you
small
really
this
look like.
And then I nod and I say, yeah, it's survival of the
As you
fittest.
say that, she looks up at
Green,
him and
black,
says,
finds a way.
"Oh yes, I forget we're traveling with the equivalent of a child."
I'm gonna take a swing at her.
What?
All right.
10?
Yeah, no.
All right. As you do so,
Just
she
salt
dives
on
into the ground and rolls out of the way of your strike, and levels her crossbow at you, and she says, "I would advise you don't do that again."
I can't speak.
I lean over to her and
Just
I say,
don't do it again.
do it.
Do it.
Do it.
Blow it. Still do it.
I'm going to turn down from a tree and go, alright, sorry, you just pissed me off. Make a wisdom save.
Oh, okay.
She got a 8, I believe.
She failed. She's now charmed.
Is that charm person?
Yeah, so as I'm coming out of the tree, you see a cloud of dust hit her in the face, and I say, sorry. If you could please go back to bed.
She takes her hand crossbow and she folds the arms of it up and puts it in just sort of a concealed pocket in that tunic she's been wearing. And she says, "Yes, I think I might."
That works.
In the morning, you wake to hear the crackling of a fire, and Halvor looks over as he's been cooking, and he says, "I've got some frog legs, if anyone would like them."
Yes, I would.
Got some legs.
Frog legs.
Single tier. But also, they
But
were
also
dead.
pretty
so
hungry though.
We should recycle and like let everything go
Use
back
their
to
bodies.
the earth.
All right. Then with that, he says, "Well then, we'll have a nice breakfast, and we'll get on our way." And that's where we'll call tonight's
Alright.
session.
Everyone have a good one. Make sure to follow our social medias. We'll keep everything updated there. We have hopefully another giveaway for you guys coming up soon. So
Very
just
soon,
make
yeah.
sure, make sure to constantly look at our social medias.
Thanks for
All
coming,
the
guys.
time.
Thanks
Appreciate
for
it.
watching, everybody.